Hi, everybody, and welcome to Session 12 of Fantasy Flight Game Star Wars Heart of the Empire. I am the Game Master for this crazy, crazy story of tribulation and you know what? It's just a mess. I mean, you guys don't even know the kind of mess that these guys are in right now. I mean, let me tell you. As a matter of fact, let me just break it down for you. So, first off, we've got most of Havoc Squad. Kojamal, Celine, and Varric are in the cantina of the Sundiver Hotel. The credits end. They are locked in a room that is slowly filling with gas and ready to either choke them out, knock them out, or do something. And let me tell you something. I just finished playing a game of Numenera, and you know what? I got weird stuff right in here already. Now, unfortunately, one of our players, Gabe, was unable to make it during session 11. So I wanted to hold a special one-on-one session with him as he went up to the ship, because in the midst of these guys getting some real bad scenarios happening to them, something was going on with their vessel. Mercer went up, tried to sort some stuff out, and well, things went a little interesting. Let's put it that way. Things certainly did go just a little strange. But he was victorious, and he is now on his way back. And let's see if he can get there in time. But before we jump into the session, let me introduce the four incredible players that I have the honor of running this Sideways Stories for. Starting from my left, we have Devin. Devin, if you could please introduce yourself and your channel.
Hey everyone, I'm Devin from the YouTube channel What the Dice, and I'll be playing Kojima Hajima, the Weequay Saboteur. And it's great to have Gabe back, and I'm definitely looking forward to serving judgment in the Sundiver Hotel today.
Hey everybody, this is Gabe B. One, I'm happy to be back. I had a very interesting Saturday of the missing, and those who watched the episode of the one-on-one, I did mention it there, but it was my brother's wedding, and of course, it was a very fun night. I didn't get home till 5 in the morning almost, I think. And then I had a weird conversation with Mike at the time saying, hey, you're going to run again. I'm like, okay. I had no idea what I was saying okay to, but it was fun. I'm also in Destiny Horizon on every other Sunday or soon. I know we're playing tomorrow, so check that out with James or Jarl of Goats. So thanks, everybody. We'll see how we do today.
Okay, and I'm John from Red Dice Diaries. I'll be playing Celine Naval, the Quarren pilot, as we attempt to suicidally make our way into the lair of the renowned Ralltiir tigers, assuming we don't get gassed first, that is.
Hey everyone, I'm Dennis. I'm playing Varric, Force Emergent Assassin. And about ready to get old John McClane up in the Sundiver Motel or hotel.
You're probably both right. It's probably a motel, hotel, dive. You know, roaches check in, but they don't check out. All right. So without further ado, unless there are any questions on the part of you gentlemen, I will just jump right into Session 12 of Heart of the Empire. Looking around the cantina, seeing all these different like just bric-a-brac all across the walls. You know, one thing seems to be clear is that your situation is very dire. The gas, which seems to be coming from almost hidden vents along the bottom of the cantina, is slowly rising up with this kind of a light kind of a light grayish, but with a slight bluish tinge to it, as it is slowly kind of rolling itself like a thick and heavy miasmic fog, and it's slowly starting to build up. It is actually quickly already has gone up to your knees as it is beginning to fill the room. You smell the odor of this gas, while it seems to be, you're not really sure what it is, but it seems to be this almost acidic, very pungent smell, like rotten, kind of like rotten eggs, but not exactly. There's something off about this thing. So as the four of you standing there, the bodies of the dead and members of the Ralltiir Tigers, your vanquished foes, what are you gentlemen doing?
Okay, I'm going to, since the gas is sort of hanging low, I climb up onto a table or some nearby furniture just to get myself out of the gas. Then I look at Kojamal and say, Kojamal, if you've got any of those explosives of yours, now might be a good time to blow the doors.
Gray minds think alike, my friend. And I never leave home without them. And I'll open up my jacket, and you'll see, like, along my belt, there's a line of frag grenades, and in the center, where people would normally keep their belt buckle, is just a thermal detonator attached to the front of my belt, clipped on there. And I just unclip that, and I go over to one of the dead bodies, and if they have any kind of clothing, even just simple tunics or whatever, I'll just start ripping off some of the cloth and wrap it around my face. Not sure if it helps or not, but I figure it's better than nothing. And I'll start looking at the exits at that point and seeing what we can blow our way through here with these blast doors.
We still need to get in. Still need to get further into the building, Jamal. After all, you heard what they said. The girls up there on the upper floors.
Yeah. So there's one door that goes deeper into the actual hotel, right, Mike? There's the door we came in, and there's another interior door as well, right?
That is correct. Yes, and you even see it. There's even a sign above that door that says lobby.
Okay, and it currently has the blast door came down, or is it?
That is correct. Yes. So the blast doors are basically locked into place. As you went in, as soon as you defeated with the small arms fire, all of a sudden the door came down. You heard the magnetic locks engage, and
as an experienced saboteur, would I know whether the thermal detonator is actually required for this, or could I use a frag to try to blow through these doors, or at least weaken them enough that we could get through them some other way?
You would know that using a thermal detonator in a room the size that you're in would definitely blow the doors, and probably liquefy the three of you.
Yeah, I would have modified it, but so would a frag do the job?
A frag, it might. Tell you what, make me a knowledge warfare check. It would be difficulty of 3.
If you need to, Kojamal, strap 3 of them together or something.
Yeah, that's what I would want to determine. Like, I should know about explosives enough to know like what kind of blast I would need to do this. Okay, 3 difficulty. This isn't gonna go well, guys. Oh, okay. 3 successes and 3 threats.
Okay, so for that, you definitely know. You know that a door like this, these type of magnetic doors, can be blown very, very easily by using probably about 3 frags positioned somewhere you're not 100% sure of, but if they're positioned in certain spots and linked together with some fuse, which you do have being a saboteur, you can detonate all 3 of them, and it'll basically just pop the locks and cause the door just to like go right back up again. So basically, the concussion tricks the magnets into thinking that it's time to open up, kind of thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna blow the locks. Yeah.
But the only thing is, you don't exactly know where. That is the threats are. You don't exactly know where those exact positions, where to position them properly. So when you go up to the door, but at this point in time, the gas is now probably at your groin level. You definitely tell that it is heavier than air, but the three of you, or at least those of you who do not have a rebreather on, you are starting. You don't count, Mercer. You're not even there yet. For those of you that aren't there, basically you guys will now take 2 points of strain. As you're starting to cough, the gas is really starting to get to your lungs. It kind of feels like if you've ever breathed in like really spicy chili powder, like ghost chili powder, where it's like, I wouldn't touch that stuff, but you accidentally kind of breathe in a little bit and you're like, my lungs are on fire. Like you just swallowed a whole bunch, or you just inhaled a whole bunch of thumbtacks. Like you just feel that.
Whatever you're going to do, Kojima, make it quick.
I'm working on it.
What's above us?
Just a kind of a Duracrete roof, ceiling, very very plain. You don't know how thick it is exactly, but
Would it be easier to blow through the ceiling?
I mean, if you were able, you could quickly determine that if you were able to start grabbing some tables, maybe kind of position them on top of each other, you might be able to blow a hole into the ceiling, you think. But if it's not, if the Duracrete is really thick, then you might be able to make a crack in it.
Looking around, are there any ventilation shafts or anything similar in this room, like a duct system or anything like that?
You don't see anything like that. Like you see a couple of vents, but at least they were vents, so they have that kind of like that grill pattern. But you notice now that the grill has actually been like closed on top of each other and kind of sealed in.
Are any of those like in the ceiling or?
Negative. They're all on the walls.
Okay, in which case, while Kojima was doing that, using some of the clothing from the corpses on the floor, I'm effectively going to like put them together in like a rope, sort of twine them together, sort of try and like loop it through the vent, see if like myself and Varric can like pull one of these vents off between us, just in case Kojima isn't successful.
How high up are they on the wall?
The vents are about 6 feet, 6.5 feet.
Cut them open.
Yeah, basically what I want to try to do is jump up and stab my Vibrasword through.
I'll give you a boost up so you don't have to jump. Make it quick.
Okay, and as you begin to kind of get yourself into position to like basically stab right through, you can just hear the gas that, and we're gonna just carry on through over to Mercer. That gas sound in your head, that the shuttle is now screaming towards the planet, hits the top of the ionosphere into the stratosphere. Mercer, you're sitting there. Talus is kind of just, well, Mr. Mercer, where do you need to go? Are we going to go back to the base, or are we heading to the wherever it was they went to?
Yeah, the inn or hotel, whatever. Yeah. And just trying to recall everything that's happening, and then the name of the hotel, which I didn't write down, which I thought I did. And
well, I think I know which one you mean. We've heard of it before. It's the Sundiver. A lot of people stay away from that place for a good reason. Hold on, and he just banks a shuttle to the just quickly to the left, and then actually punches it, accelerates to the hotel. You can actually see this looming edifice. It almost looks like it is a couple of 100 years out of place from the other more modern mega towers around it. You see this old, like almost Art Deco style Duracrete building that is like almost like going straight up as spires, but in a very like nice geometric shapes. It also has like with it like some Durasteel that at one point was probably very nicely polished, but now has started to lose its luster through time and pollution and everything else. You see down below one shuttle or another skiff that looks very, very familiar. Almost looks exactly like the skiff that attacked you when you were at Scrape Salvage. He begins to dive the shuttle straight down, comes straight in, and kind of like comes to like kind of a halt, parks right beside the skiff, and says, "Okay, made it back. Good luck."
Yeah, excellent work. Get yourself out of here. I have your comm connection if we need you. And then at the same time, I've been testing it to see if the static is still, not able to contact with and every time I'm pressing it, I hear the static, but again, it's probably not the static that I'm hearing, but it sounds like it to me, and I'm like, okay, it's not working yet. And I'm like, and coming in, was there maybe a better like some kind of rooftop or anything? Because that's what I wanted to ask in your description.
No worries. At the very, very top, I mean, you do see what looks to be like more like a platform, like a tiered platform kind of an area. You didn't really manage to get a very detailed look, as Talus kind of came in a little bit lower than coming in like straight from like almost at eye level, seeing as how it's 1,200 feet up. So I mean, it's tough to kind of gauge the very top, but you did see some tiered platforms, kind of which either could be like some type of a ballroom or a penthouse, maybe something to that effect. Yeah.
All right. So the landing comes down, and basically I'll step out and kind of give him a salute as I know he's going to get ready to take off, and I'm going to be looking for an access on this outside wall, and I'm going to pull out the card that was given to me, and kind of like do an outside perimeter, because I just don't want to go in the front door. I mean, they're there, so if I can find a side door or back.
Not a problem. So you looking around, you don't really you see the front door. You going around, you actually see some what looked to have been like the hotel front room or the hotel lobby, would have been the hotel lobby doors, and another like kind of like a staircase walkway that goes like off in another direction. But the walkway itself has been destroyed. It actually has been basically either detonated or something. So there's only kind of a one way in, one way out scenario. You also see what looks to be some reinforced Durasteel blast doors in front of the lobby, or at least the lobby doors, excuse me.
Okay. Then if there's nobody there, then what I'll do is I'll go and is there a camera or anything like that? A visual?
So above the cantina door,
okay,
there is a camera, and it's kind of lazily moving left to right. Just.
All right. I'm going to do a timing to it, and I'll pull out my vibro dagger. Excuse me, my vibro knife, excuse me. And once I get underneath it, then I'll try to disconnect it with the wire by serrating it.
Okay, that's actually a really good idea. So as you run up, hop underneath, you time it just right. Won't even need to make an athletics check because it is moving very, very slowly. You hop up, kind of give it a little slice, and it still moves, but any light that was on it to indicate that it was active is now out. So I mean, you basically what you did was you didn't cut the power, but you did cut the feed, so no one can see anything.
Okay.
So you are now standing in front of the door. You feeling a lot safer.
Okay. Perfect. And then I'll use the card key if there's a scanner of some sort to open it. Otherwise, if it just touch, then touch it. But I have a feeling the card's needed.
Yeah, and you grab the card. You do see as you pull out the card and you kind of move the card closer to the actual door. You see what looks to almost be a hidden panel, like a kind of it looked like a piece of Duracrete. It was actually a very cleverly disguised panel that kind of just opens up, and this kind of like card reader just kind of like as you're about to touch the card reader to the door, you do hear a voice behind you. There's send Mando to get us. Well, Mando, what you do?
As I'm standing there, I haven't put the vibro dagger around. I'm just going to turn and just throw it right at him.
Okay, you know what? Make me an attack roll. It'll be a difficulty of 3.
Holy cow!
I know, right?
Okay. And let's see. You want ranged light or do you want melee?
Sorry, I apologize. That is so wrong. Not 3. It's difficulty of 2. Sorry about that. I don't know where my head was. It's the drugs talking. I don't, just sorry. I did some bath salts before I came in here. I thought it'd be kind of cool to try it, but
it's the Luminera.
It's the Numenera.
Did you want ranged light or did you want melee?
Let's go with if you're gonna throw it, let's go with ranged light.
Okay. And the difficulty is 2?
Those. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll leave it at that. And let's see here. No suspense, right?
Nice. Perfect.
That'll work. So that'll be 5 damage.
Cool. So you turn around and you're not even looking. You just turn around and before you even make eye contact, you fling this vibroblade. It sails through the airs and it just slams into this ficus plant. You just kill this potted plant. Like, it is dead. This potted plant is so dead, it's dead twice. So, I mean, it just knocks right over the plant. Like, you almost split the little tree like right in half with this thing as it just buries its way all the way up to the hilt. And you hear the voice again. Nice shot, Mando. Yo. Yeah. So what are you gonna do now?
Yeah, I'm looking around for the voice or the owner of this voice, because so it's no one else in here.
Yeah, make me a perception check. It'll be a difficulty of 3.
Okay. A lot of rolls. Okay, so this is where I need my teammate Kojima, remember? Yeah, so perception, and nope, don't see a thing.
Yeah, you're looking around. You're looking around. You can't hear anything. So I mean, I don't know if you want to try and like go out and start looking for it, or
no, I'm gonna go ahead and tap the door with the card.
Okay, so you go around. You tap the door, and immediately the door like opens right up. You get hit in the face with this with a plume of this gas as it just gets sucked out of the cantina. Once you go ahead and take 5 wounds, it does not obviously your armor doesn't protect you.
And it's a gas?
Yeah, it's a gas. Like, your lungs just suddenly feel peppered in this like heat, and it hurts all the things. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Looking at my hit points from the other one. And yeah, I guess I would drop down to my knee and just start coughing and gagging. Yeah.
So as you as you
He's
just
opened the
start
door to where we are.
Yeah, he's opened the door to you. So the gas is starting to like flow right out. Unfortunately, he's the recipient of all the gas that's flowing right out.
Oh.
So as Kojima was about to kneel down into the gas to set the frags that he's been fusing together, while Sayla and Varric were preparing their athletic slice into the vents, all of a sudden, like, he notices the gas is coming down, and there's this light from outside from behind him, and he'll turn around and see a very familiar large figure kneeling and gagging in the doorway.
Yeah, knees hit the ground, coughing, and yeah, that hurt a lot. Probably looks like it hurts a lot more than I've been shot.
Well, thank Amshak! Mercer, your timing could not have been any better.
What is that? And I'm just like trying to cough it off and trying to keep my face away from most of the plume of the smoke, and it just hurts.
I'd thank Amchuk a bit more if he'd blow this damn door off, Kojimo.
Let's clear this gas out first. So the gas is going out through the entryway now, right?
One. That's one. I caught myself, but that was one.
See, Gabe has to be here. That's the trick.
No, because when Gabe did his own stuff during that one-on-one, didn't you, Gabe?
Yeah, I think I was the one in losing.
That's right. So just to let everyone, folks know at home, if this is your first time watching, unfortunately, you're kind of 12 sessions in. But every time I talk while I'm muted, we rack it up. And when I get 3, then they get a free light side flip. And let me tell you, doing my damnedest. And it's helping me learn not to talk with mic muted. So anyway, so yeah, the gas is getting vented right out. The blast door is still locked into place, but at least for now, you're not in danger of choking to death on like whatever the heck that stuff was.
Okay, so I'll set the frags, and I'm gonna set it so that based on how I saw all the doors closing, if I see them coming from top down, then I'm gonna set the frags along the bottom, because I'm guessing that's where the magnets would have sealed. Or if I saw them coming across, then I'll put it on the right, like however I saw them closing. So I'm just going to line them up and attach them. I'm going to set them on a 3-second delay or 3-round delay, however long that is. And then
okay, so you do want them to go off altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Based on what I think it needs to blast through that door, as we estimated earlier.
That makes sense. Okay, so you set them up. I guess we'll probably do an attack. Would that just be a straight attack for grenades? I guess.
Nope, it's a mechanics roll.
Is it a mechanic? See, I always kept
I finally found out about that. It's ranged light is the only skill that's mentioned for it if you're gonna throw them as an attack. But mines are mechanics. So I'm thinking if you're setting an explosive, it is mechanics. If you're just gonna set it.
Yeah, that's certainly my understanding of it.
Yeah, that actually does make a lot of sense. But I don't know why, but for some reason in my head, all I can think of is mechanics repairing stuff, and that's it. But that does make sense that it needs to be used like that. So you will make
flip. Make sure these doors blow open.
Fair enough. Make me a mechanics roll. It'll be a difficulty of 3.
Okay, that's what I expected. Okay.
Wait. You're a saboteur and your mechanics is like bad? What?
No, I've got two yellow and a green, but I want to make it 3 yellow. Because I knew you were going to set a high difficulty for that, so just in case.
Not even high. You're lucky. I was thinking about setting it to 4, but okay, fine.
I know you're going to try to blow us up, so okay. So Kojima's going to go fire in the hall. And he's going to jump away from the door with that 3-second delay. And we're going to fail, but 2 triumphs. So I don't know how that's going to work. So what do you want to say? Like the explosives go off, but the magnet seals didn't detach, or what?
Okay.
Because
Wow.
the attempt.
A failure
Like,
and
what-
two triumphs. I mean, okay. So what I'm thinking is that you were almost 100% sure that you thought that this was the right way. Boom, boom, boom. All go off within a millisecond of each other, and you know you hear like some whirring, you hear some kind of like grinding of gear of like small servos, but it's just like. However, using the what you failed to realize is that the reason why it didn't work is because you put the explosive in such a place that instead of trying to blow downward, it actually blew upward but forward. So for the first triumph, I'd say you kind of push the door in from the top. So you think that if you guys work together, you might be able to push it down, even though the thing's fairly heavy. You might be able to with a good solid roll, kind of shove the thing right over. And the second triumph, yeah, okay, I know what happens. You'll find out. You'll find out after.
Okay, so Kojima will just kind of stop it and cock his head there, looking at that, scratch his head a bit, and say, "What? That didn't quite work out the way I planned." But I don't know, Varric, you think you can? Maybe Mercer, you think you can, with a running start, knock this down, or any other way we can dislodge this the rest of the way it needs to go?
Yeah, give me some time. I was, basically trying to get out of the blast because I did not want to have any part of this blast on me. Let's see here. What's around me? Like, what could I use? Is there anything metal, anything thin, like a bar or anything like that could be possibly used? Even like a windowsill or something that can be just detached? Something that I can use for leverage.
I'm going to
Maybe
try
supersonic punch.
shouldering it.
Sorry. Say that again, please, Eric.
I'm just going to try shouldering it.
Okay.
Give it a running start.
I'll try and help with that as much as I can.
Okay. Then whoever's helping, I'd like all three of you or all four of you, whoever's gonna like start muscling into this, to give me 2 difficulty athletics checks.
1 success and 1 threat for me.
Okay.
I mean, is it something we could all just be pushing on it, or only 2 people can do it?
Well, basically, what I'm looking for is okay. So basically, what I'm looking for is looking for you guys like all give me checks, and then I'll see if you guys make it. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like this is a very heavy door, so it's going to take all 4 of you, and we'll see how your rolls are.
What's difficulty 2?
2.
So just brawn and 2 difficulty.
Yeah. Well, athletics.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
So I got a success, 2 advantage, and
So we've got like 4 successes total and like all the advantages in the world.
Yeah, 2 successes and a threat for me.
So you're heaving the door and heaving the door, and you can hear in protest, you can hear the magnetic locks trying to hold on, so he could just trying to do his damn job, right? But you can feel the and then just and this huge thing of dust just kicks right up. And it just smashes to the ground. As you kind of like look out into this kind of like dust filled kind of corridor, you actually see what looks to be 3 on either side of the corridor. It's 3 blaster rifles, kind of like put together. Like kind of put together into what looks like kind of like a kind of a improvised, there we go, words and stuff, put into like an improvised turrets on either side. That was basically, as soon as you got through that door, that was going to just surprise you. But this is your other triumph coming into play. That explosion actually knocked the sensitive wiring around those two turrets out. So now that they're just sitting there limply, not doing much of anything.
Sweet.
Yeah. So they're just 6 blaster rifles just hanging out being dudes. Yeah.
Well, that certainly could have been a lot more unpleasant than it was.
Well done, Kojimal. I need one of your frag grenades.
I think we might have used a lot of them right there.
Well, I didn't want to ask for your price thermal detonator, but I need some kind of explosive.
To blow up the blaster rifles?
No, it's difficult for me to explain, but based on the vision I had earlier, I've got a feeling that I'm going to need it.
Well, that's fine. Hopefully we're there to help you out as well. Hopefully you're not there alone. But I'll unclip a frag and hand it to him.
Thank you. Let's hope I don't need it after all. Anyway, we need to start making our way further up. They said the girl was on the upper floors. We need to find a way to get up there as quickly as possible.
Can I check those blaster rifles and see if any of them are operational as just regular firearms that we can use? Or have they just been permanently retrofitted to this trap?
Yeah, you go right ahead and take a look if you like. And yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I heard about your infatuation with a Chiss girl. What does that have to do with anything?
You remember, I'll explain as we go, and obviously as we're sort of running, I'll be talking. You remember those visions I had, Mercer, about this girl whose fate was linked with her own. I believe that's the Chiss girl in question. We found out she's being held on the upper floors, and I've had other visions, horrible things. We need to get to her as quickly as possible. She's in danger.
Once I have the rifles separated, I'll start handing out the other rifles, one to Mercer and one to Salem. I'll be like, well, these will certainly help. Let's get on it then.
And for
out of the 6 that you find, you do find that 3 are operational.
Okay. It's good enough. I don't bother handing one to Varric because I know by now how he operates. And it's not with blaster rifles.
He could use it as a melee weapon, maybe. Kind of.
If I lose my swords, I could use it as a club, right?
There you go. There you go. Although one time someone's going to teach you that if you pull the little pointy bit, laser shoots out, kills people too.
Yeah.
But so right
Much
now,
more
case,
ineffectually, but that's true. I guess I could.
I guess I could pull the trigger, stupid blasters. So as you guys make your way down the corridor, it doesn't take you long to come into this kind of like it's not a very grand lobby. I mean, it could have been at one point, and it's not huge. It's pretty, fairly standard, open. Let's say it's about 600 to 1,000 square feet in size. There's 3 columns. Or 6 columns, I should say, kind of like in the center, like 1, 2, just kind of like as a both support and a nice, pretty architectural feature. You see what looks to be kind of like almost like a laminate marble, and you know it's laminate because like big pieces of it have like broken off. There's graffiti kind of in different spots. Some of it is in basics. Some of it is in Huttese. And you're pretty sure that at least 100% of it is all extremely crude. So, you do see a couple of like couches overturned. Some of the ones that aren't overturned, you wouldn't sit on them for all the credits in the outer rim. You see a desk that has at least one vibro knife just like sticking out of it into like some type of a. Looks like someone just like wanted to for fun. There's a lot of divots into it. So some people might have been just like stabbing it for fun. Kind of strange. And also on the furthest end, you do see what looks to be 2 elevators, or at least an elevator suite. So it looks like there's 2 right there.
Normally, I'd say I'm not willing to trust these elevators given what they did at the base, but I don't think we have a lot of choice. We haven't got time to look around for stairs or anything, and I'll sort of be heading towards the nearest elevator.
You know, these are going to be trapped too.
Of course. What choice do we have, though?
Fair enough. If there's no other way to go, then let's play his little game.
What is the lighting like? Is everything fully lit up?
Yes, it is. It does seem like there's a couple of lights have been burnt out, but you know, there's kind of like, you know, like it's still lit up well enough that, you know, you can see pretty much everything. There's very little like areas of shadow or anything like that.
So there are no other doors that might lead to stairs or anything like that? The only way up does appear to be the elevators?
You do see a door behind the main desk that might lead to either a small office or something to that effect. You know, you can kind of put it together. There's also like a couple of, looks like some sitting areas, but other than that, it's fairly locked in, as it were.
Okay, just to cover the bases, Kojima will move to just next to the entranceway to that doorway, and he'll have his blaster rifle up, and he'll just kick in that door and just take a quick look inside, just in case there's anything useful in there for us, or in case people are trying to, you know, come up behind us and ambush us later when we get in the elevator.
All right. As you go behind the desk, you see a man. He's crouched down on his knees. He's got his hands over top of his head. You know, he looks like a bit of like a middle-aged human. And he seeing you, he puts his hands up like this and just, please don't shoot me, please.
As soon as I see him, the rifle snaps down, and I realize he's potentially a non-combatant. So I just gesture with the rifle. Get up, stand up.
And slowly gets up looking at you and kind of puts his hands on top of the desk to try and like lift himself up. You see him, he seems kind of like hunched over a bit. He still seems a little bit on the taller side, but he's hunched over. Hello, I take it you're not with them, are you?
Not at all. But we are looking for a way to meet up and say hi. So is there any other way up besides these elevators? Any stairs, maintenance, passageways, anything?
Oh, well, oh, yes. Due to the size of this building, well, it's an older building, you see, but due to the size of the building, there are a series of freight elevators that go up to certain floors, and you'll just have to go across to the next freight elevator, and so on and so forth. Did you need to go to the very top, I assume?
Yes.
Yes.
As quickly as possible.
Oh, dear. Are you here to rescue me?
We're here to rescue anyone who's not affiliated with the Ralltiir Tigers.
Oh, wonderful. My name is Magnus Sundiver. I am the unfortunate owner of this place. I used to be, this used to be a very lovely hotel back in my father's day and his father's. It was passed down through generations, you see. And anyway, one thing that all of us Sundivers did, we were smart about it. Each one of us has a chip in our arms. It allows us to access certain portions of the elevator that were cut off from these Ralltiir Tigers. I told these Panther Poodles that it didn't work. Fortunately, I have a plan. If I can get you up there safely, then good. There's an access area just over here. It is located beside a sitting room. It's they always like to keep the freight elevators hidden. After all, guests don't really like seeing carts of food and everything else being shuffled up. And he's walking he's walking a little bit slowly, and he's just kind of shuffling away. So, who are you, mercenaries? Did this top evil man finally anger the wrong people?
You could say it's the latter.
We can talk more about this after you get us up there. We don't really have time to go into our life stories at the moment.
Well, you're going to have plenty of time. The first elevator will only take you up 300 floors. Just give me a moment here. And you see him. Excuse me, could you do me a favor? Could you push that couch out of the way for me? It's just behind on this wall panel.
And I'll look at basically what's around it, kind of like see if I've seen anything that's a booby trap of any sort, especially what's happened in the last couple minutes with me.
That's legit. It looks like a couch. Sure does.
I'll do the seats come up, like the cushions for it? Like if I grab them?
Yeah, you think so?
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab them. First, I want to see if there's any type of weaponry underneath the cushions. For one.
All right, I'll tell you what. Make me a perception check.
Of course you would.
Difficulty of 2.
Okay, so 50-50.
50-50?
Nope. I don't see anything, but that's good.
Right.
They're not there.
I'll tell you what. So you lift up the cushion, half expecting like it. Then you have a look and you find a credit stick for 5 credits. There you go. Just goes to show that even in a galaxy far, far away, there's still change underneath the couch cushions.
And we'll look at Celine because it looked like he wanted to ready to help and move the couch together.
Yeah, I'll head over and give Mercer a hand shifting his couch out of the way.
Okay, you guys don't even have to make a roll for it. It's a little bit heavy, but with 2 of you guys, and you guys seem like big, tough, burly guys, you pick it up. You just want to pick it up, or you just want to slide it?
More like a slide.
Yes, you slide it. One of the legs actually kind of cracks a little bit, and you kind of push it out of the way. That's all right. It was an antique anyway. So you see him kind of put his wrist right up against kind of like this, almost looks like a hidden section on the wall, and you hear this kind of, and this door kind of just hisses open, revealing this small elevator that's about big enough for about 6 people. So I mean, it should be big enough for the 5 of you. It shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Everyone in.
So while they were moving the sofa, Kojimal would have been had his rifle up, and he's covering behind them, just in case anybody comes down the elevators or anything like that, or comes out of any other entryways. And he would have waited till everybody else goes into the elevator first, and then he'll follow.
And you scanning around, you don't really see anything. Everything just seems really, really quiet.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of? Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I was just going to say, this is just his training's kicking in now. His adrenaline's going. He knows they're in a very lethal kill box right now, and he's just focusing on his training.
Is there access? Is there like an access panel at the top of the elevator?
Yes, there is.
So I'm going to try to pop that out and just pull myself up and up to look to make sure there's not a ticking bomb ready to go off. Or
Sure, not a problem. Excuse me. So as you pop it open, Magnus looks at you.
Now see here. Oh, if you insist.
I do.
You're damn right. Damn old man.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Now I have a blaster rifle. So you pop up, you look around, make me a perception check. It'll be a difficulty of 3, as you don't very know much about elevators, and damn near anything could look like a bomb in there.
I'm going to go ahead and use a... Okay, so 1. That's going to be 2. 2, 3. Wow.
Wow, indeed. Looking around, you don't find any bombs. You find no detonators. Nothing seems to look out of the ordinary. Checking around really quickly, you even notice that one of the servos looked like it had come loose. So you just kind of like gave it a bit of a tap, and you kind of knocked it into place. So it seems like the ride would be actually a lot smoother and possibly even a lot quicker.
So yeah, after doing that, I'll drop down and looks clear.
Okay. So you pop in, and the door, like everyone, I'm assuming, is going to climb in. So the doors.
We're already inside, I think.
No problem. So the doors close, and Magnus kind of pipes up. Did you want to go all the way, I'm assuming, to the top?
That's right.
As he's saying that, I'm going to focus on the vision I had earlier and attempt to use my foresee power, see if I can get any additional information about sort of where we're heading in the buildings. It was fairly vague before, but now we're nearer to the event and we're actually in the place. I'm hoping I can get some more detail.
Sure, sounds good. As the doors close, and they close, just kind of like a, you're looking at this kind of like a grayish, dark grayish blue interior of the elevator. Seems like very plain, very plastic. As you begin going up, your eyes kind of like close halfway and kind of go up into the sides, back, up into the back of your head. You begin to kind of focus on that color, that dark grayish blue. It takes you from vivid places, from times at home, to the dark parts of the ice on Hoth, to the color of the ATST on Thyfera, all the way to the gas. That gas and the sound of the door closing, you still get that thing of gas, that psh, and the gas, the sight of it is suddenly like this thick miasma is all around you as you open your eyes. It is just floating. It is like this dense fog, but your lungs aren't burning, and you see a hand cut through the fog. It's this blue hand, this hand of a young woman, and she caresses the side of your face, and you see her face kind of come forward, like emerging through the fog, breaking through it, and she looks directly into your eyes. She is within millimeters. You can almost feel this breath upon your face.
Sort of a bit more aware of like that this is an actual vision now, given that I've had several of them. I'm going to be trying to take in as much information as I can, anything that would give me a chance of sort of like knowing what floor or roughly where in the building she would be. And like the rest of you are sort of seeing me doing this, probably you'll hear me under my breath. I'll just be like, where are you?
And she as she breaks her face through, you see now the total bright red eyes, like completely bright red eyes, and the blues, the like kind of like midnight blue skin. She kind of emerges forward.
I am on top. I'm on the roof. Fine.
So sort of aware that sometimes, like, because from when Kojima reacted to my previous visions, aware that sometimes when I speak, I actually speak in the real world as well. I'm just going to sort of shout as loudly as I can in the vision, hoping it makes it through to like the real world. We need to go to the roof.
Kojima will look at Salen, see that he's having a vision, because again, we've seen him have several of these. We know what it looks like, and so I'll nod and turn to Magnus and I'll say, take us as close to the roof as you can. You keep your part of the bargain, get us up there safely, and we'll get you out of here.
Oh, right.
Just really quickly though, Celine, are you now out of your vision or are you still in your vision?
I'll still be in it. I'm just like hoping that they've heard me, and I'm just trying to ride it out as long as I can in case there's anything else that can help us.
So, she gets even closer to you. Her lips are almost brushing against your skin.
Save me. Save me. Or save the world. Save the galaxy. Because you're powerful, strong. You don't need these other people. You don't need anyone. You're the most powerful member of your group, you know that. Just
At which point I'll snap out of the vision. So just like lowering my head down, I'll let out like a small like grunt of pain, but it's nowhere near the sort of previous side effects he's had as he's getting a bit more used to these visions. It's more just sort of like and I'll sort of look around to see if there's anything that tells us sort of like how far up we've come, because I'm aware my sense of time gets distorted in these visions.
So as you continue to go up, one of the things that that Magnus turns to you and,
well, there is one good thing. Although we cannot see the floors that we are going to go on, there's a camera.
And he kind of hits a button, and you see this like tiny little screen kind of like pop down, and it's just snow.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. This camera would allow people that are bringing things up with the elevator to not have to worry about coming out when the guests were in.
What's the problem with it?
Well, it was attached to a servo, and oh, dear.
Kojima, why
Are
don't
you
see if
saying-
you can take a look?
Yeah, are you saying that we don't know where we're going and we don't know what's going to be outside when we get there?
No. Of course we know where we're going. We're going up. I mean, this isn't a sideways
I
elevator.
mean, which floor?
Yes, we're going to go right to the top. That part's not a problem. Unfortunately, as soon as I open the doors, you're going to be a bit blind. At least we won't have a good idea as to what's out there first.
Okay, I'd like to take a look at that, either mechanically or in a computer's way. Try to see if I can tamper with that.
Sure. You would know that if you were to take, like to do it mechanically, you would have to climb out of the elevator as it's going up. You could stop it, but that's going to cost you precious time. Conversely, you could try and see if you can bypass it. Maybe try and bypass the software, like reroute it through another system in the elevator. That could work. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, but it might be it's a little bit more dangerous to do it on the elevator.
You mean like to do it in a computer's way is more dangerous than climbing outside of the elevator?
No. Climbing outside the elevator. No, definitely climbing outside the elevator as it is ascending rather quickly. Because you can imagine that 200 or 300 floors, in about 5 minutes is pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it just in a software sense first. See if I can do anything with it that way.
Sounds like a plan. Make me a computers check. Okay. It'll be a difficulty of 4.
Oops, wrong one. Hang on. Okay, difficulty 4. Okay, hopefully this works. Nope. But I got a triumph. 2 failures, a threat, and a triumph. So there's a lot of bad stuff, but hopefully I can pull something out of that. Well, anyway, I can't fix it, so that's not a big deal. But the threat I don't know
Oh, very, very
what's going
true.
to happen there.
Yeah, no, and that's very, very true. So
It's not a disaster.
as you're kind of like trying to fiddle with it, trying to reroute it, you're trying to program through different things. You end up overloading the camera system, and it's fried. You realize that even if you go out mechanically, you pooched it. So the whole camera system now having a huge shock going through the system is definitely not going to do it. Even one of the systems that you thought you would be able to reroute it through actually caused the elevator itself to kind of mess up a little into its servos, and you'll only be able to go up to one floor under the 300th floor, the level 299. You're able to go into there, but unfortunately you can't make it all the way up that one extra floor. Way to go. However,
That's okay.
You do have a triumph.
That's where they're not expecting us to go.
However,
Okay.
You do have a triumph. So why don't you narrate to me what that awesome triumph is?
Since this check was related to security cameras and basically the camera system itself, and you said that it fried, I would like the triumph, if you're okay with it, I would like to say that this fried system extends beyond this elevator, and that there are other cameras that are also fried in the building.
I like it. As a matter of fact, that being said, you end up knocking power to the middle, or knocking camera power to the middle 300 floors in some like one of those. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to keep hitting buttons until something works. And this is the result of your computational abilities. You accidentally, on purpose, knocked out all those cameras. So that is going to be a kind of a big help to you.
Well, I got good news and bad news. Bad news is I broke this. Doesn't work. The good news is I also broke all the cameras for about 300 floors as well. And looks like we can't go all the way to the top. We'll be one floor from the top. But hey, they're not expecting us to go there, so maybe that's a good thing too.
At least when at one floor we have to shoot our way through now. Good job.
That's
Even
a good
trade
point.
for me.
That's a good point. What do we know? And I'll be looking at the gentleman. What do we know about this 299, or if you said it, floor? How does it connect to the? You almost got it. You almost.
The second last.
No. I was just waiting because I sometimes do that. Like you ask a question, but then you ask something a little bit more, and I'm just like, no, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just because it's not train of thought. It's like you ask and then you ask another.
So he kind of wrinkled his nose a little bit and thought, well, level 299. Well, I would assume that level 299 is just general rooms as far as my old mind can conjure up. So I imagine there would be some domiciles for some of these ruffians, and just standard. Now, the 300th floor, though, the 300th floor was a rather large restaurant. So once you go up a floor, taking the stairwell should be at the. As we walk out of here, let's see, should be at the end of the hallway, turning right, end of that hallway. And then there should be a stairwell going at least up all the way to the top. If you wish to walk up 900 floors, you're more than welcome to. I wouldn't suggest it. But I will come with you. I mean, after all, kind of have to. And at the 300th floor, we could take the next freight elevator going up.
If you wish to stay, I could just take the arm.
No, I'm rather attached to this arm, and I do wish to keep it. So, thank you, but no.
As you
You
wish.
know, we don't have to actually exit once we hit the 299. We could just exit straight up from here.
Just to clarify, we're not actually talking about floor 299, right? Because there's like 300 floors in the middle. Like we're actually talking about the second last floor from the top, right?
Nope.
Or are we actually talking about floor 299?
This hotel has 1,200 floors.
Yeah.
So you're going to level 300, or at least around 300. So there's still 900 more floors to go. These freight elevators are very, very quick because that's their job, right? To go like.
Yeah. So this one only goes up to 300, but it's going to stop at 299.
Yeah, because you broke it. Way to go.
Gotcha.
Just get us as far up
That's
as
a
we
good
can,
thing.
and then we'll make our way to the next elevator.
So the elevator goes up. It stops. It kind of stops at 299. I can open these doors whenever you're ready. And he's got his finger on the button to open the door, just like kind of like a crooked finger.
Weapons out,
Kojimal moves
everybody.
to one side. Yeah, with his blaster up, ready. One
Fair.
side of the door.
We'll move in front of the doors as he draws his blades and kind of crouch down and lean forward slightly, ready to leap as soon as they open.
And I'm pointing up, and I'm like, why do we have to leave this elevator system? What about going straight up?
We can't go any higher in this elevator.
One floor.
You wanna
It's
climb?
broken.
I think Mercer's thinking about some
You mean climb, Mercer?
That would be
climbing.
the point. That would be it.
I'm game.
Let's do it, and I'll just sling the rifle and get ready for Varric to do the honors of going up first.
Perhaps we should check whether our host here can actually make that climb. After all, we're going to need him when we get to the other elevators.
Oh, well, I may need some help. I'm not as strong as I used to be, but
I'll give my backpack to anyone who grabs it. It's a military backpack. Kind of get myself situated and have him get on top of me on back and shoulders. And
Okay, and then so he's going to make an athletics check. It'll be a difficulty of 2.
Should we all do that?
Well, since it'll pretty much be a difficulty of 2 for everyone all around. So I'm just gonna let the old codger. Yeah, so I mean, you give him a hand up, and he just grabs a hold and kind of almost like pulls himself out pretty quickly. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. And he kind of like is standing or like kind of kneeling at the edge of this opening. Perhaps I could help as well. And he kind of reaches his bony hand down.
So I'm going to go ahead and use that force and do my force leap. So basically, I'm going to
Varric just flies through.
Yeah, you almost knock poor old Magnus out of the way. Like he just and he just kind of like tumbles over backwards. You just like basically matrix jump your way through, just like perfectly fitting through this square access panel, and you just leap up and kind of land with both feet on the edge, and you just.
that was very well done.
I imagine we're sort of like, okay, who's going to go first? And you just hear like the of like Varric's cape, and he's like gone.
And then Kojo will just very sheepishly and not as gracefully at all just climb up the hard way. So he'll just, I don't know what he has to do. If he doesn't need a boost, he'll just jump, grab it, and pull himself up. He's pretty strong.
Likewise,
Okay.
I'll climb up as well. Given that I got the lowest amount of successes, I'll probably be like behind you guys. I'm not really used to like climbing, so I'll be sort of like panting a bit as I'm like slowly like.
and here I thought I seen it all.
So you're all on top of the elevator now. You see an access ladder going up at least just one more, and then you see kind of like a small little piece of kind of duracrete kind of jutting out to where the elevator would stop kind of in front of, and then door to door open up and then through. So that's pretty much what you see. Other than that, one thing you don't see are cables. There are no cables in this elevator. It's not like a standard elevator with counterweights and things like that, because this is a Star Wars elevator. So that being said, you're looking like basically it has like a kind of like anti-gravity thrusters in a way, but like obviously nothing like very loud. So basically just kind of the anti-gravity pushes against gravity, creating like a thrust that kind of lifts it up like very, very quickly. As you guys are standing around, you begin to hear this kind of like screeching, this kind of like grinding a bit. All of a sudden, I need all of you to make me coordination checks, difficulty.
This is coming.
And I'm going to flip. I'm going to flip, and it's going to be 1 red and 2 purple.
Okay. That's why I invested in coordination before this session.
Well, I've not made it.
1 red, 2 purple, coordination check. 1 success. Kojima finally makes a coordination check after 12 sessions. That was XP well spent.
So basically, I'm going to take the conflict and spend that dark side point to make a success.
You're on mute, Mike.
Yes, that's 2. We're gonna need those light side points.
Good.
Oh man. Did I forget about the GM Rancor? GM Rancor falls out of the roof. You're in trouble now.
I don't need you genetically modified rancors.
How does that fit in the elevator shaft? Just out of curiosity.
Dude, it's the Game Master's Rancor. You know, the Game Master's Rancor can fit anywhere. That's why it's the GM Rancor. It's not GM.
Sounds like the worst Star Wars chat up line ever.
Yeah. Hey, baby, you want to see my GM Rancor? Huh? It says to fit. So, as you, okay, so 4, it's going to be really quick here. So, Mercer, right away, you, like, as soon as you almost feel it, it's almost like preternaturally, you leap on and grab on. Kojamal, you do the same. You run and you grab for the ladder. For Varric, Celine was kind of in your way, but through instinct and through anger, you almost kind of push him out of the way, but you grab on, and in pushing him out of the way, it caused him to not be able to grab on. But fortunately, as the elevator started going, as the anti-gravity fails and it plummets to the bottom, Mercer, you managed to grab onto Celine, and in turn, Celine was able to grab on to Magnus as you are all hanging now from a ladder. What I need you to do, Mercer, is make me a difficulty 3 athletics check.
Yeah, and I'm putting all my lats into this pull and grab. Oh my God, I could just feel that pain.
It's a good thing it's lat day.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Am I close enough that I can help, like give him a boost to grab for either him or Celine?
If you want to make me if you want to make me an athletics check as well, you can, to see if you can grab a hold of someone to help them out.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty on that would be 3.
3. Okay, I'm going to spin the string for that.
Okay, so you, even though it's heavy as hell, you manage to just kind of hold on, and you kind of swing. You swing, even like for an advantage, you swing basically both Celine and Magnus over, and Varric, you just managed to just grab a hold of Magnus and kind of like pull him towards your, like just like basically pull him towards your chest, and he manages to grab onto the ladder. Oh, thank you. And he looks down, and looking down now, you just see like 300 feet down. You just kind of see like this kind of pinpoint of a little bit of a fire as the elevator is now on the bottom. Well, I suppose there's nowhere to go but up.
That, and it's like it's just a strain and the anguish that you guys just see it, that I'm pulling them up and or swinging them, and it just hurts, and you can tell just because of the pure pressure of two bodies on one arm back, connected with just muscle, and it's just
you definitely take 3 strain, and from trying to hold like almost 280 pounds with one arm, because you're still trying to hold on to the ladder as well. So I mean, you're beefcake, and you just managed to just luckily Varric was able to take a lot of that weight away with Magnus. So now you're just holding on to Celine.
I swear by the great oceans of my homeworld, Mercer, I'll never complain about you working out so much again.
Celine, if you want to make an athletics check to grab onto the ladder, maybe help Mercer out, be my guess, be a difficulty of 2.
Seeing that the struggle that's going on here and the strain that Mercer's under, and Kojimal grabbed the ladder first before Varric was going off to help the others. He's probably higher up than the others, so he's gonna definitely start climbing towards the next floor's hatchway and try to see what he can do about opening it up.
No problem. And yeah, it's about 10 feet. It's about you're just climbing up 10 feet. You see this small ledge. It looks like it's big enough for about 2 people, maybe 3 people. But it's very tight. So you see the door. The doors are closed, obviously, and you don't notice anything else around. You don't see any other wires. You just see the doors. You kind of see what looks to be kind of like a small coupling. So basically, when the elevator shoots up and kind of locks onto the floor, it kind of locks into the coupling. That demagnetizes it. That opens it up, and then people can come in and out. Standard Star Wars elevator. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so there's no maintenance panel or anything if they need to do repairs, so that the maintenance crew can open and close the doors.
Make me a perception check on that one. Make the difficulty of dose.
Okay. And okay, this might be okay as it is.
Might be.
Nope. Should have flipped that destiny point. So that's a fail and 2 threats. So what do I? So I don't see the maintenance panel, but I see some more bad stuff.
You sure do. So as you're kind of looking around, you're actually kind of feeling around for an access panel. You think you see something that does look like an access panel, and cool. I mean, this has got to be it, right? So you kind of open it up and you have a look. There seems to be a few wires, a few chips. You think to yourself, I got this. I totally got this. I'm not going to worry about them having to wait around. We got a job to do, man. We got to hurry up. We got to go. So you start to fiddle with it a little bit, and you're like, I think this has got to be. It is now completely and utterly pitch black in that shaft. You killed the lights. Excuse me. You killed all the access lights now to the shaft. So, yeah.
Excellent. Now they won't see us. If they're watching us right now, they won't see us when the door's open.
God damn, you're an optimist, sir.
Always looking on the bright side. So, okay. So looking at this, looking at these locks, there's no other way that we can open this door? Or they can't be, I don't think they can be forced open either?
They might be able to be forced open. I mean, you haven't really tried. So, I mean, yeah, there is that option. Except the only thing is that only 3 people can fit onto that platform with 2 other people that have to be now on the ladder, which hopefully you'll be able to grab for in complete and total darkness, unless someone has a light.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Varric's got the situation with Magnus stabilized, and I know that Mercer's under strain. And I'm probably guessing that Varric's just fine in the dark. No problems for him. So I'll just call out, like whisper out, Varric, I need you up here.
So is Magnus grabbed a hold, or am I still hanging on for him?
Yeah, Magnus did grab onto the ladder. As soon as you pulled him, you kind of like swung him like a pendulum into the ladder, and he just kind of grabbed a hold of it.
So, yeah, with my now free hand, I'm going to reach to my utility belt and pull out my glow rod.
Very nice.
And I'm not sure what kind it would be, if it's just like the kind that you break and it glows, or if it's like a flashlight type. It doesn't say specifically what kind, so I guess it'd probably make more sense to be like one that I just kind of snap and shake.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking as well. Except since it's Star Wars, what you do is you actually just tap it against something while holding on to like a button, and you tap it, and all of a sudden it's a metal canister, but it has like a focal point for a light. So it's a pen light, and it has like brighter lights on the side. So basically it's just like light everywhere. So you guys are now in like kind of dim light, which is a lot better than what I was going to do to you guys for now.
And there's people on the ladder between me and where Kojima is?
That's correct, yes. So basically,
how far is it?
So where you are, you're probably gonna be jumping or climbing up at least 13 or 14 feet more.
Well, would that be considered short range or medium?
Let's see, 14 feet. I think that's considered short range.
Okay, so then I'm gonna attempt to see if I can call upon my abilities and make it as a jump. So I'm not trying to crawl over everybody.
That's awesome.
So 1-3 boost, force die. Big money, no whammy. What would be the difficulty? 2? Or
no, we're gonna make this a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
For a force leap?
For a force leap in very, very dim light. And the fact that he's going from a ladder to leap onto a concrete thing about 15 feet high, like 15 feet above him.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to figure out, because normally you just roll that.
Yeah. I nail that.
Yeah. So I mean, you feel like from the fear and the concern of everyone else. You feel like, man, I'm really embarrassed. You can't believe that you push someone out of the way to leap onto it. You almost killed someone.
Celine, of all people, who I've grown to have a connection with.
Yes, and I mean, you don't do connections very well. You don't do a lot of that. Suddenly you overcome by it. You're like, I can't let these people down. Can't let these people down. You close your eyes and you feel this you almost feel the force kind of clenching up inside you, turning into a hardened ball, and it just seems to be like moving down your body into your legs, and your legs just feel so pumped and energized as you kind of like tense up your muscles. You're concentrating so much, you barely even hear Magnus say, "Emma, you will rat," and then all of a sudden, poof, you take off like a jackrabbit. You leap straight up, and you just kind of like land. You land pretty much like dead onto the concrete, like that concrete kind of balcony or little step out area, and you even land in like the classic like ninja warrior pose, like down on one fist with down, and you almost have your vibro sword out, but you realize that there's no enemies around, so it's fine. And you look up at Kojima.
Very beautiful, well done. Now can you help me try to pry these doors open?
Varric opens his eyes and doesn't really show any surprise as he takes in his surroundings, then nods and tries to grab a hold of one side of the doors to see if he can pull them open.
Okay, so I will need athletic checks from both of you, and it'll be a difficulty of 3. Actually, that's not true. It's going to be a difficulty of 1 red and 2 yellow, as I'm going to flip one.
I just flipped.
Oh, you did? Oh, you son of a gun. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. Then never mind.
So 3?
Yeah.
Okay. One success, 2 advantages.
Nice. What about you, Varric?
So 1 success.
Okay. Both of you begin to like pull it, and you first you hear like, and finally just and just kind of opens like forcefully. You see some sparks fly from the magnetic from the motors, servo motors, kind of trying to hold the door on, but they just break upon your guys' strength. You know, you guys are strong. You're tough. You're Havoc Squad. Come on. And then in front, you just see kind of like a what looks to be like a kind of a small panel that's just kind of hanging out there. Looks like if you just walk through, you could probably just push it right open. Like it looks like a hidden part of the elevator itself.
So there's another set of doors.
Yeah, but I mean,
you can't just open it and go into the actual floor.
Well, it's just it's just a small, like it's just basically like one of those things where it's like a door cover, you know, like in those fancy kitchens where like people hide the damn fridge, and it's like it just looks like part of the paneling. It's basically something like that. Like you can tell it's just a little cover that you can just kind of with a finger.
So when we see it, I'll nod at that and look back at Varric and say, "Are you ready? We don't know what's on the other side of this. They could be expecting us."
Let's hope so.
Okay, and then we'll activate the panel and try to open the doors.
Okay, and it doesn't take you much to just like panel just opens right up. At first,
I'll have my blaster pistol out before I hit the panel, just in case.
Right on. Now, what about the rest of you two, Mercer and Celine? What are you two doing at this point?
I'm making sure everybody gets onto the ladder safely. Me being the last person, just to, because first of all, I want to hide that I'm in really, really pain, and I feel it really. So
I'm going to sort of climb past Mercer as we hear the sort of door opening, and I'm going to assume that, they've managed to get the door open. So, and as I climb past Mercer, I'm going to sort of take out one of the stim packs off my belt and sort of like hold it out in his direction as I go past. If he sort of like doesn't take it, I'll just like put it back on my belt and carry on past. If he takes it, I'll just carry on, so he can have it if he needs it. And then I'll scramble up the ladder.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, I'll be happy to take it, and I'll actually apply it. And that'll be, unfortunately, that'll be 2 hit points I'm going to get from that. So,
hey, it's something.
Yeah, that shows you how many hit points. And people didn't know before. I had already applied 3, so now I'm doing the 4th one. So you see how much damage and how hurt I was just from that fog alone.
So as you everyone kind of stacks up by the door, because when you open those first doors, there's like a little alcove. So I mean, you've got more room for everyone. You do see that Magnus is still on the ladder. There's not quite enough room for him. So everyone's ready. Does everyone has their weapons out? Everything's
I'm standing off to one side as much as possible when the door opens.
I will hand a glow rod to Kojimo so that I can draw both my swords.
And I'll pass it down to Salem or whoever else is still down in the shaft. Because I've got one hand opening the panel and the other hand's holding my blaster.
Well, all of the 4 of you right now can now fit. Now that you've opened those doors, there's a little bit more room to the panel that you guys can now all kind of fit in, all stack up and just kind of get ready. So like, who would be the first person? I know you would be off to the side getting ready to open the door, Kojamal, but who would be directly in front, ready to go on point?
Varric.
Okay, so Varric, you're going to be on point. Who's going to be right behind Varric? Okay, Mercer, you're gonna be. I'm assuming you got your light repeating blaster is up, kind of over Varric's shoulder as he's got like both his swords ready, and then assuming behind that, of course, will be you, Celine.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got you got your blaster rifle. You're kind of over Mercer's other shoulder and over Varric's other shoulder. So basically, you guys are all huddled up, getting ready.
What I'm actually planning to do is, as the door sort of opens, since I've been past this glow rod by Kojamal, my plan is, as the door opens, I'm going to launch the glow rod down the corridor, so that if there's anyone waiting immediately to shoot at us, they might shoot at that instead, or it might at least illuminate anyone who's out there, so that we can then come out and deal with them.
That is a very good idea.
Nice.
So, are you ready to do this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kojamal, you flick the kind of like the two wires together. The panel slides open, and immediately you're hit by this light. It's super bright, especially after your eyes adjusted so quickly into the darkness of the shaft. But as soon as the light kind of like your eyes kind of adjust and the light kind of like subsides to a tolerable level, all of a sudden you look out in the corridor and you see, and this is where we're going to put the tide change.
I was totally expecting that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I'm getting predictable, okay?
No, it's great.
It's not my fault you guys are paranoid.
It's the best spot for it, for sure.
I think so. So, as you go in, you're on the 300th floor, the first block of 300 of at least 4 more to come. Where as soon as you blast into this area, onto this floor, what does this floor look like? What is it comprised of? We'll start just as we did with the introductions, with Kojamal, then Mercer, then Celine, then Varric. So Kojamal, what's on this floor?
I'm going to say, first of all, when the doors open, what the floor looks like is it's kind of a junction. How do I describe it? It's kind of hallways, but it's not rooms. It's in the middle of kind of like a T intersection where there's something to the left. We can see like there's some kind of direction to the left and to the right, and then there's in front of us as well. There's maybe some hallway that goes down. But the area in front of here is very it's very open. It's kind of like in hotels where they have the ice is there and maybe some vending machines, that kind of thing, where it's a little bit of an open space on each floor, kind of like a common area where people would get on and off these different elevators. The maintenance people would come up to supply and stuff like that. So anyway, that's what it looks like. And when we open it, what we see is, I would say, a group of at least 10 thugs or whatever, possibly up to 20, and they're all in position, and they have their guns pointed right at the elevator doorway, and they were waiting for us. They were ready for us to come out since the elevator dropped, and maybe they know already that we're not down there on the floor below, so they've sent a squad here to check this floor, and they're ready for us.
All right, sounds good. Well, actually, that doesn't sound good. It sounds horrible for you, but sounds fun for me.
Very, very cinematic for this kind of situation.
Good point. Mercer?
All right. Since they were not expecting us to come through that door, through that elevator, because it wasn't working, there's a big battle droid that's facing the stairway and basically waiting for any type of motion. And behind it, sitting, are 3 Ralltiir tigers that are just basically, it's not going to attack the droid because, well, it's not flesh and blood. And there's a couple, like one's sitting and one's probably doing a lap of some sort, like a tiger would.
Okay, so this is an actual tiger.
Yeah,
like actual Ralltiir tigers, not just the thugs. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking, there's a big battle droid and 3 of the tigers.
Wow. I thought Kojamal's was bad. All right, Celine, you're up.
But they're facing the other way. They're not ready for us.
That's true.
Okay. I'm going to say that, as with Mercer's suggestion, they're not really expecting us because the elevator wasn't working. So there's only actually a sort of single guard in this like narrow, sort of fairly claustrophobic part of the building. However, since they knew that we might try other ways rather than just taking the elevators, the guard they've left here is this huge, hulking and this huge hulking Twi'lek, who you might recognize as having suggested previously in a tide change yourself, Mike. This huge cannibalistic Twi'lek, who is one of the sort of enforcers of this Ralltiir Tiger organization. And they've basically left him here because he's quite dangerous to their own men. And they're like, yeah, you guard that bit of the building over there away from the rest of us. They're probably not going to come up there anyway.
Oh, God, not the eternal hunger.
That's it. So it's going to be him stood there, sort of like standing around going, I've been given the shit duty. I've got nothing to do with it. And the door hisses open and he's like, yes, come on.
The Togruta.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, the Togruta. Oh, man. You guys are just sadistic. Okay, what about you, Varric? What horrible things are you going to throw at yourselves?
Okay, here's my idea. This is kind of like a junction. I'm going to say that while down below was kind of torn up and run down, these upper level floors are for like higher value customers. And so where we come in at, it's this like long hallway, and this will kind of be like a little trivia. We'll see who gets where the inspiration of this comes from. And it's like a long hallway with this decorative, how you described it below, stuff. And there's also the pillars made out of the same material going down either side, like 4 to 6 pillars. The only things in here on the opposite end is another elevator. And in the area in front of us, there's like a desk area, and then like a scanner thing that people would go through to be checked for weapons. And there's 3 guards. And because they weren't expecting us, because they maybe were aware that we were in the elevator, but then it like crashed and burned, so they think that we're probably dead. They're not expecting us, and so they're basically totally surprised as the door suddenly comes open and we're there.
Huh. So how much did that idea cost in the Matrix?
It's free.
We're gonna need guns. Lots of guns. Okay. So we have at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are tuning in for the first time, what we're doing is we're implementing a tide change. That is where one of these 4 individuals each one has an idea, and we will vote on it over at the Tides of Change Facebook page. If you want to head over to there and check them out, you can sign up for the club. It's a fantastic club. I really highly suggest, if you love Fantasy Flight Game Star Wars, go ahead and give it a shot. It's wonderful. You can get tons of help, inspiration. You can look for players, look for games. There's so much you can do, and that's another thing you can do is vote on games to directly influence what happens and make all my prep mean absolutely nothing. So it was like, yay. So we're going to be back in about 15 minutes. Go get a drink, go to the bathroom, write a small symphony. You do you, man. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I will say be back in 15 minutes so we can find out who wins, and we'll continue with session 12 of Heart of the Empire. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, everybody. So as we wait for our phenomenal players to get back, again, I would not only like to say check out the Tides of Change role-playing game club on Facebook, but also go ahead and check out brigadecon.org. BrigadeCon is a 24-hour online convention. It is running this year on October 29th from midnight until midnight, October 30th. And it is a 24-hour charity convention played online for the absolutely, I mean, the beautiful charity Child's Play. And I got to tell you, you know, like I haven't been playing that long. Like I haven't been immersed into the world of tabletop RPGs for a long time. And I was in BrigadeCon last year, and I ran a game, and you know what? It was fun. But you know what? The best part, like the really, truly best part of that entire thing, was the fact that I knew I was running a con, or I was running a game that was helping really sick, very, very sick children, sometimes terminally ill children, get games and get the help that they needed in order to just put a smile on their faces into an otherwise, you know, very, very tragic and terrible situation that they're in. I would really suggest it. If you don't want to play, it's free. It's free to get in. It's free to sign up for games. It's free to run games. Everything about it is free. The only thing that we ask people to do is just hit the donate button. You know, donate $1, donate $2. You know, if you want to donate more, please donate more. You know, just help some of these children out. Because I mean, if playing tabletop role-playing games is an amazing, rewarding, and fulfilling, enjoyable experience, but doing it in a way that you can help people in need, that's just the best. It's the best feeling ever. So go ahead to brigadecon.org, sign up, go to the BrigadeCon go to the BrigadeCon Facebook page, go to the BrigadeCon channel on YouTube, check it out. You can check out games from 2014, and this year they're even going to have a website where you can check out every single game that they're going to upload straight to YouTube. You know, do it. I mean, what you know, you've got absolutely nothing to lose. You've got everything to gain, and those kids that you'll be helping and supporting will certainly appreciate it. So go. We'll wait. We're just gonna hang out here and wait. You just go check out that stuff right now. Well, actually, that's not true. We're not actually gonna wait. But I mean, apparently in computers now you can open up other tabs or windows or tab windows or window tabs. I don't even know. But go ahead and do it. You'll be happy that you did, and you know what? You might make some pretty awesome friends in the meantime doing it. You know, we're a tight knit community, and doing something to help children out, it's the best thing ever. It's the best feeling ever. So now that all the players are back, I'm just gonna go quickly to the Tides of Change and check out the poll. What the hey? Give me a second here, because for some reason I've got like no votes on it at all. So give me 1 second. There we go. You guys really hate yourselves so much. Okay.
Oh, he's just one guy. How bad could it be?
Okay. Okay. Just before we begin, players, is there any questions or concerns that you have before we jump into your untimely jump into the rest of the game?
Is there a save point at this spot?
There is not. This is much like Dark Souls, where the save point was like 7 bonfires ago, but you just didn't realize it. So you just get totally frustrated when you die, and suddenly you realize all those cool weapons and armor that you randomly got are now gone.
Oh, like on that last planet we were at when we, I remember that bonfire.
Yeah, you remember that bonfire. You know. It was right beside that ancient Jedi temple that you guys didn't go and take a look at. All right. So, as the light begins to kind of fade out from that extreme brightness, as your eyes get adjusted to this floor, you open. You rush through. Expecting an ambush, and you see nothing. But what you do see is what looks to be signs of a battle that had already happened. There are spatters of blood staining across the walls, along with huge claw marks, gouge marks into the walls, like some trailing for a good 30 or 40 feet before ending abruptly. You see a couple of piles of bones. Some look to be like some sort of predatory cat, but others almost appear to be humanoid. They look like they have been gnawed upon. They look like bones have been cracked, marrow pulled from them. They're just like littered in broken heaps. You see another one, you see a Twi'lek, or at least what used to be a Twi'lek. Most of him has been completely torn apart, and what's left of him is somewhat desiccated, on like kind of curled up in kind of the fetal position on the ground. Half of his skull is exposed, but the rest of them is just rotting away, creating a horrible stench and stain throughout the carpeting on this floor. Other than that, there are streaks of everything. There are blaster holes. There are knife gouge, like vibro knife gouges throughout it, and other than that, you see nothing but what looks to be a kind of a small common area, a room, like kind of like just like a little seating area, then a room going, or one hallway going straight ahead of you down. You can't quite see. Another hallway going straight down that also ends at a T-junction, and another, what seems to be another direction to your right-hand side. So as you walk in, this is what you see. The furniture that was in this common area has been torn to pieces, upended, and many of it broken. What would you gentlemen like to do?
Looking at, to Magnus, stay close. Which way is to the elevator?
So Magnus, kind of makes his way eventually onto the concrete kind of block, and he wanders through. Oh dear. We must hurry. We must hurry very, very fast. If we head straight down in that direction and curve to the left, we'll have to walk for quite a few little ways, and there'll be a set of stairs in one corner, but another hidden area that we can.
Then let's go.
Oh, yes, sir.
You heard the man. Let's move.
Kojimal will let the others go, especially the guys who went on point, but he'll let Mercer go with Magnus first, and he'll come up with the rear. And he's still got his blaster pistol, but he pauses because he's the last one to see the scene. And he just looks left, looks right. What kind of hotel is this? And he'll just cover the other ways.
You hear Magnus speaking kind of very low. It's not the part of the hotel, sir. It's the guest that lives on this floor. Let us move.
Kojimal will bring up the rear. He'll cover.
Okay.
Kind of moving backwards almost, just making sure nothing's coming up behind them as they move.
So as you guys move forward, and Kojimal, you're kind of bringing up the rear. You guys are passing what looks to be some rooms, like doors to rooms and whatnot. And at that point, Kojimal, I'd like you to make me coordination, athletics.
Just to point out, in case it's relevant, Mike, I do have danger sense.
Okay. Okay, and if you'd like, at this in this instance, if you'd like, would you like to use that danger sense to give a boost to Kojamal?
Yeah. So if I sense something approaching, I'll be like, Kojamal, look out! And sort of like point in the vague direction of where it's coming from. To give him that boost.
So as you guys cautiously make your way, you're all checking your arcs, you're moving straight down. Varric, you're kind of feeling exposed, even though because there's no places to hide, there's no shadows. It's just you. Both of your swords are kind of out. As you move, suddenly, Celine, you get this kind of like twinge in your head, but it's coming like back here. You kind of feel it. It's coming in the direction from one of the doors that leads to one of the rooms. It's like this kind of like a pain, but it's a sharp, very focused pain.
So I'll shout for, knowing Kojamal's at the rear, I'll shout for him to look out, and I'll sort of point in the direction of the door.
Okay. What we'll do is, Kojamal, I'll need you to make me. What would be coordination? Be the best, like the closest thing to a dexterity.
Yeah, because I'm basically going to be reacting to dodge or jump out of the way of whatever is going to be bursting through that door.
Okay. Basically, yeah. So make me a coordination check. I'm gonna flip. I am gonna flip a dark side point. So instead of it was going to be a 4 difficulty, it's now just 1 red and 2 purple.
Wow. Okay. 1 red, 2 purple. All right. So I'm moving backwards. I got my pistol out, but I'm basically covering just the long way down the hallway. I'm not really looking left and right because those doors were closed at the time. And just walking backwards, and then I hear Salen shout. I turn, see where he's looking at, and I'm moving to turn in that direction. And let's see what happens here. So 2 failures, 2 advantages. So I don't react in time to whatever's coming through that door.
Okay, so as you kind of like you're turning and looking, and all you see is a door. It's just a door, but now it's a door coming towards you. It's a door coming towards you really, really fast. All of a sudden, the door gets kicked. It looks like it gets booted, and the door actually starts and actually smashes you. Luckily, you were able to kind of move just out of the way that it didn't pin you to the wall. As it kind of glanced off you, hit against the door directly across from it, as you see this massive black shape barreling through, smashing into the next room ahead, and just moving. You take 5 points of 5 wounds. Your armor stopping whatever you stop.
Yep, gotcha.
Okay. And what do you gentlemen like to do?
Okay, so I imagine I'm sort of stood next to Kojamal since I was able to sort of point and shout to him. So as whatever this thing is hurtles through, if Kojamal doesn't mind to me objecting using his advantages as a boost, I'm going to say that perhaps this thing's so intent on sort of Kojamal that it doesn't really pay the rest of us any mind. So I'm going to swing my newfound blaster rifle up in its direction. Since you described it's been like a large mass, I'm just going to like aim at it and open up with the rifle.
Yeah, it barreled like straight into the other room, smashed through the door, and you didn't see it. Like it just. So I mean, it just moved so quickly that it just enough to injure Kojamal, and then just like football linebacker through into the next room, and inside the room, like all you can see is basically the doorway, and then like pitch blackness, and it gone.
And Kojamal would still be in the process of rolling on the floor as he got pinged by that door.
Right, okay, in which case, if I can't see it to shoot at it, I'm going to take out my last remaining stim pack. I'm just going to stab it into Kojamal as he sort of stops rolling, then sort of haul him to his feet and be like, go! Go!
All right.
Okay.
5 wounds back.
Okay, cool.
I will move to the rear and start backing up to give the others cover as they're not running for it.
Yeah, as I'm picked up, I'm gonna thank Salient, just give him a nod and be like, well, I guess we found our occupant on this floor, our special guest, and get my blaster ready again, my blaster pistol.
Okay. As you get down, you keep making it. You pretty much make it almost down to the T-junction. Which way are you guys facing? Like, so as soon as you're pretty much like closing up to the T-junction, what's the order that you guys are at? You're in the rear, Varric.
Yeah,
what about
my
the rest of
back
you?
is to them, and I'm facing behind them.
Understood. What about the other three of you?
I think Salient and I would be next in the line in front of Varric, and I guess that would put Mercer and Magnus on point at this point.
Yeah, I'd imagine as myself and Coach are moving, we're just going to be sort of like looking around for whatever this thing is.
And again, walking a little bit backwards too, just in case it comes rushing out the door again.
Okay. So as the three of you kind of get close, you guys are bunched up between the last two doors on the corner. Varric, you're moving up behind, just kind of watching. Suddenly, an explosion of splinters as another door kind of shatters, and this hulking beast kind of like ambles out really quick and kind of stops, and he's bent low, but even at bending low, he's tall. I mean, he's extremely tall, and he's not just tall, but he's really wide. There's just like muscle on him. You see his face is like bright. It's this bright, almost like fire engine red with these intricate looking markings, these white markings done up in such a way that it almost looks like a mixture between tribal and almost like skulls and death marks all over him. He looks at you at the five of you. He smiles, revealing teeth. Now, normally Togruda's teeth are sharp, but this one is even more so. Looks like this person has filed down their teeth to a point where they're almost needle-like points and extremely long. His gums have almost been cut away and receded, so his teeth are even longer. His hands, his claws are actually even thicker and longer, as he has been constantly filing at them, peeling away at his own flesh. He stares at you, his hands kind of both at his side. You see what looks to be some sort of a vibro axe. Is actually he's this big that he's almost like a vibro kind of an axe is just sitting in his belt, and it's been hacked off so it can be just used with one hand. He stares at you, his tongue kind of half lolling out. Meat. And he comes directly at you, extremely fast. So you all to roll me some initiative.
Initiative time.
Initiative.
Two advantages. I'll not be going first.
So I take it you want us to roll cool?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Not vigilance.
Yeah, it's cool because we're aware of the threat.
Yeah, he did his 2 seconds of bad guy posturing. you know the story.
Meat.
Meat.
That's all we needed to hear. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. So immediately he jumps at you, Varric, and with his vibro axe, he comes down to.
I do have one melee defense.
That's cool. All right, so that means I make it one harder. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. It upgrades the difficulty by 1.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 3 instead of 2. So makes roll.
Nice.
He's a beast, all right.
Yeah. Yep. You guys could have went with Varric's tide change. You could have went with Kojamal's, but nope.
Could have just shot 10 millions and just carried on with their day.
Oh, there is that too. Okay, so
for the viewers at home, there's a triumph there in the GM's roll. That's why we're all cringing.
A triumph, two successes and 2 advantage. All right. Well, first let's do the old crit table now. Let's see which one's which. What's that?
If you need the crit table, I've got it up in front of me.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so come on, roll me a 1. I mean, I don't want to kill my players. Let's be totally honest here. All right. That's low.
Okay, 10 is severity 1, slowed down. The target may only act during the last initiative slot on their next turn.
Cool.
Okay. And you take 9 damage as this vibroaxe just comes barreling in. It buries into your kind of your side, the side of your arm, like the heavy meat of your arm, no pun intended. And it just digs in, and he just the blood your blood just kind of spatters over his face, and he's just like he's like wiping it off and like licking it, just savoring the flavor of your tasty goodness. Next up in initiative order, I believe, is actually we do have a tie between Celine and Mercer.
All right. What I'll do is for my maneuver, I will push Magnus basically kind of like behind me, and then basically putting my left foot back to get myself into position. And then the second maneuver, which I am taking a strain for, is going to go ahead and aim. And then with basically flipping as an instant, I'm flipping on the auto fire and then blasting onto this thing. I'm not sure if I want to call this thing an original Ralltiir tiger or what, but I don't know what this is. Science experiment.
I would probably call him a Togruden apex predator, if anything. He is definitely the apex predator on this floor of the building. So, that's a thing.
Yeah.
But go ahead and make an attack roll. It's going to be a difficulty of 2.
All right. And one more because I'm going auto fire. And with the light repeating blaster. All right. So we got that.
Mess him up.
Nope. And it's basically blasting all around him. And if it would crit, it would crit right now, but it's not going to do anything. There's a lot of blanks.
It just kind of but the thing is, as you fire around it with those 2 advantage, it does pull the vibroaxe out of Varric's shoulder and ducks and does just back down, holding the axe in front of him as some sort of a makeshift shield. You can tell this guy's not terribly his timing's not good in the ticker department. But he's just kind of holding down there, and he's kind of just ready.
All right.
Which also means that for an advantage, the next person who attacks is going to have advantage because he's not really defending himself well. He's just kind of trying to not my face, not the face, kind of thing. So it kind of leaves his flank open. So next person will get a boost die.
Right, I guess that'll be me then. So I'm going to take a full aim with my blaster rifle. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2. Once you get it.
Okay, I'll take the boost from Mercer, and I'm also going to use my Fate Touched ability, which allows me to add +2 boost dice to one roll. So that'll take me up to 5 boost dice total.
Dang.
That's awesome.
Which has done Bob all, but you can all have all the advantages in the world.
Actually, no. Hang on a second, because
some of those are successes, right? You can convert them.
No, I mean, yeah, but it takes so many to crit, right? You don't. I mean, you can crit off of all these.
No,
You
I
have to
still
do
have to,
damage.
yeah, I have to actually do damage.
You have to have a success for a crit to happen.
Son of a gun.
So basically, I imagine that I'm sort of filling this hole with blaster fire, again causing it to like stagger back and dodge, which means whoever goes after me can have like all the boosts in the world.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, what you do is because you want this guy dead. All you can think about is like popping 2 into his cranium.
Yeah, I'm going to be sort of
blasting.
shouting in anger because I've seen like Varric get like hacked by this thing. So I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and you see it like hitting his vibro axe and just like smashing into it, and he as you do it, you actually end up damaging his you end up damaging the vibro axe itself. You put a hole right through it in some of the servos, so it loses its strength. So basically now, instead of me adding to his damage roll, it's just going to be a straight on whatever his brawn is what he's gonna get. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Me explaining stuff, no good. So, and also as you destroy his toy, you're also going to give a boost die to the next person, Kojamal, because he's just like staring at his axe, like, come on, work.
So how many boosts can I get total from spectacular machine?
I'll give you 1. Come on now.
All right. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I want to tell me if you think this is okay or not. But it basically, like, I already have my 1 blaster out. I like to reach down to my belt and pull out the second blaster that I took from the guy downstairs, and then I'd like to line.
So do you have a blaster pistol in your hand right now, or the blaster rifle?
I have a heavy blaster pistol in my hand.
Okay, and you want to grab the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to grab the other one from my belt.
Not a problem.
They're the same weapon.
Yep.
I'd also might like to use 3 of my advantages to like negate any defense bonus that he has, because he's too busy like defending himself and like poking his axe to actually defend himself.
Yeah, that's not a. Yeah, I'll impose disadvantage on his, or not disadvantage. Wrong system. Sorry, folks. I'll add a setback die to the next time he tries to attack. He's already going to do that actually, but whatever. Fine.
All right.
Okay, so difficulty to shoot is 2, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm going to upgrade that, and I'm going to line up both pistols, and I'm going to fire both of them at the same time at this guy, right in the face.
Okay, so one of them you're rolling to hit, and then you have to roll an advantage to hit with the other one. Is that correct?
I have to get 2 advantages or a triumph on my roll to activate the second weapon.
Gotcha. All right. Well then,
it's a little bit of a gamble, but I'm hoping with the 2 boosts it's going to work.
Hey man, you're staring down a big old cannibal. Okay, like if Hodor was a psychopath, is probably what you're staring down right now. So
just to make sure this works, I'm going to flip.
Oh wow.
Okay. Let's do some big damage here. Okay, good thing I did anyway, because I got 3 successes, but I couldn't activate the second weapon. So instead of that, I just do 10 damage.
Okay.
With 1 weapon.
No problem. Yeah, and you hit him. And he just like howls in pain. You shoot him like kind of like just in the chest, just above his heart. He just roars and he just kind of stares down at you. And you've hurt him, and that makes him angry. So he doesn't want to play with Varric anymore. He wants to play with you now. So he runs. He runs up, dragging the axe, which makes this kind of muted, kind of like against the carpet. And then he just comes up in like this pendulum, jumping up and leaping to attack. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do 1 of these, and we're going to do 2 of these, and
it's going to hurt.
Not necessarily. Look at that. So he just and you just managed to like you managed to dodge out of the way, but in the second time you kind of dodged out of the way, you kind of ended up like stumbling over and bumping into Mercer. So Mercer, you're going to get a bit of a setback die on your next roll. Did we? No. Am I on the drugs?
Is he last this turn or next turn?
Oh,
It's on his next turn, so he will be last this turn. So he'd be now then. Or well, no, he would have gone before the creature.
Yeah, I would have been last originally, so he'll be after me.
that's right.
Anyway, I'll take that stumbling into Mercer instead of 9 damage.
All right. Sorry about that, Varric. Go. I get caught up because both of you guys pretty much rolled the same damn thing, which is kind of weird.
So basically, he has moved away from me and closed with Kojimo. So as he moves by, I'm going to spin, begin twirling my blades as I come up behind him and attack.
Yeah. Mess him
difficulty?
up. Difficulty is going to be 2.
I didn't need to roll that 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see, that's Pierce 3, and that will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
No worries. Okay, you go in and you just hack straight up his back, like in this like amazing, I got this cross pattern, and coming off of that miss, he just like hunches up on his back and just roars. You can see the blood starting to flow down from his back, and he kind of spins at you and looks. It is now okay. Now it's at the top of the round. Now it's going to be Mercer's. No, well, technically it would be Mercer's turn because I kind of screwed up the order. So,
yeah.
And I'm a terrible person. We can all laugh at me later. All right, Mercer, go for it.
All right, so going with the motion of the fall of trying to keep Kojima up, I'm kind of like stumbling a little bit, trying to get the aim, the maneuvering of where he was to where he's at now, and everything else is going. The whirl of the repeating blaster is still being heard. So we have the 3 difficulty with 1 setback, and I'm going to go ahead and use an aim on it, and then so here we go. Let's see if I can do better than I did last time. Yes, it is a little bit better than last time. So that'll be 13 damage, 1 pierce.
Okay, and then you just boom, boom, boom. You hit him a couple times, and it's this thing is starting to look like it's starting to not look so great. So it kind of like reels off in pain, and next up is going to be Celine.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue firing at it with my blaster rifle sort of over Mercer's shoulder as we're both sort of pouring fire into it. I'll take an aim again and continue firing.
Okay.
And that will be 10 points of damage to it.
Yeah, and it's it shoots back. Yeah, it roars back again, and kind of like even like flicks out with its now broken vibro axe, but you can't like it's wild swing pretty much over everyone's head as it just kind of like flips around. Next up is going to be Kojamal. Can you take the beast down?
That's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm just going to plant my feet again and aim both guns at this thing and try to shoot it in each eye. Yes, well, I shoot it with one gun anyway. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage with one gun.
Okay. So you kind of like lean out. You kind of try and stabilize yourself as you kind of bump into to Mercer. And stumbling backwards, you just manage to, before your butt hits the ground, you pull the trigger, and you see the creature, like you actually get it, like straight in the eye, just, and for a moment, this beast just stops and clenches his jaw, and with its one good eye, it looks at you. It takes a step forward towards you, Kojamal. It takes another step towards you. The axe is gripped tightly in its hand, so much so that any skin that was like this blood red is now turning like a light pink. It's how hard a thing is gripping it. It walks over to you. It's only about like 5 feet from you, standing over top of you, holding its axe, and then its one good eye rolls back into its head, and it falls forward.
As it collapses, I just say down to it, "Now you're the meat," and then just give it a kick and turn back to the others.
It falls right on you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it falls like it just stumbles like boom, and you could smell like this thing clearly has not taken any sort of a bath or a shower or nothing in a long time. It just stinks. You're trying, you kick it off. It kind of like stumbles, it flops, and as it rolls, the back of his head now can be seen, and it's just like a big goopy mess. Any blaster fire went right through its eyeball, is just done.
So yeah, I'll check. I'll check the others.
You have permanent setback dice if you ever do that again.
Okay. Instead of that, I guess I'll give Varric a stim pack if he looks like he doesn't have one already.
Yeah, I'll run to Kojimal's side, basically putting a blaster on the ground and trying to lift the body mass of this thing on the upper portion to get to set Kojimal free.
Get this monster off me!
Okay, make me a straight old brawn check. Difficulty of 3.
Ooh.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. Nothing special. So we have. All right. No. Oh, it's not a blaster repeating.
I'm gonna shoot the corpse off.
That's not the way I want you to get him off me.
But yeah, it's
You heave, you try and like pull this thing off, and it seems to just flop more on top of you.
So is it just straight brawn?
For the love of arm shock.
I'm gonna spare you guys the silliness of this, and I'm just gonna say that instead of really quickly doing it, it takes the other two, basically you and Celine. I don't know if you're able to help Varric if you're really messed up. But it takes
I'd be helping to try and push this thing off.
Yeah, it takes you guys about 7 or 8 minutes. Meanwhile, just to pull this mass. You figure this guy probably weighs about a good 470 pounds. He was hunched over, but only because the roof wasn't tall enough for him. He was probably about a good 8.5 feet tall and about 3.5, 4 feet wide. So I mean, this at the shoulder. So I mean, this thing was big. The mere fact that you were able to take this thing down, I was very, very surprised. Thanks to some crappy rolls on my part, stupid freaking dice roller. This brute just kind of flops, flops over. So meanwhile, Magnus is, come on, hurry up.
Varric, are you all right to move?
Someone hit him with a stim pack, right?
Yeah, I can give you one. Yeah.
Yeah. So when he's hit with a stim pack, his one arm where his shoulder was hit is kind of hanging lower than the other. He inhales sharply through clenched teeth when he's hit with a stim pack, and you hear a pop as he kind of rolls his shoulder and puts it back into the socket and then nods.
Right, let's go. The longer we hang around here, the longer time they've got to send more reinforcements, and we'll start heading for the next elevator.
Sounds good to me. I definitely don't want to deal with another one of those. I'm just like wiping the blood and gore off me from this thing. Some of which is Varric's blood.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You're not dead though, right, Varric?
No, with that stim pack, I'd be full.
Awesome. That's good.
Yeah, I have 5 soak. So
I'm not gonna lie. You know, I would hate to kill my players. It's an inevitability, and it's probably gonna happen eventually, especially when you guys get up higher.
And as the three are kind of fixing themselves and kind of going, take a quick look at them, and I will kind of drop the body as he was getting up and all that, and with that, trying to let the body weight and the motion snap his neck, just so he doesn't get back up, just in case we didn't actually kill him.
Fair enough. It doesn't, you know, it takes a little bit of finagling, but eventually you hear the telltale like rumbling crackle of vertebra, like basically just shifting and snapping under your strength. You know, and he was dead before. He's deader now. He's probably the deadest he's ever been. And he just, like, you know, again, just.
Yeah, not sure what kind of science project he was, but that's my mind.
All right, Magnus, take us to the next elevator.
Yes. Okay. All right.
So he quickly rushes down, moves like running, almost at a run. You know, he goes, takes another corridor. You see a few like other telltale signs of where this beast had the floor to himself, where doors were like ripped and torn off, and sometimes there's like pieces of furniture from the different rooms just thrown into the hallway, all like halfway. You know, you guys have to jump around, hop around, move, kind of duck, dodge, dive, duck and dodge around. You eventually get to another service elevator. You know, he's kind of running his wrist over this like looks like a little hidden panel. Oh dear. Come on. And he just keeps on like going, and then finally, you know, you very faintly hear this, and another elevator eventually kind of comes in a. Right, so let's
quick,
So
everyone in.
Yeah, Kojima will let everybody else go in, and then he'll go in last, covering the entrance to the elevator, checking down the other hallways.
Excellent. Right. Well, this will take us up to floor 600.
let's hope. And you see a panel, like a panel on the side of this one, much like the other one. You know, he basically punches in 600, runs his wrist over it. The doors close and it begins to go up. I don't know if there's anything you guys wanted to talk about on the way up. There's no elevator music.
Does this one have a camera feed like the other elevator, so we can see what's up there?
Oh, well, let's have a look, shall we?
And he kind of presses a couple buttons and it comes down. And this time, as you see it, as he's going up the floors, you know, he's clicking, and you see like floor, you know, 305, 309, 312, 320, 376, as it goes faster and faster up. You know, and you begin to see like stills of what it is, and you know, you see a few troops like just kind of like walking around. As you get to the higher floors, like in the 400s, 500s, you begin to see more like very much a lot nicer looking suites The floors now, instead of like kind of a gungy carpeting, are now a very nice like travertine marble flooring. It's cracked in some places. It's obviously lived in by thugs, so it's not the nicest area. You actually, then you start to see different sites. You start to see families. You start to see husbands and wives and children walking around. You realize now this isn't just a place where bad guys dwell. This isn't just a place for Tusken Raiders. This is actually a home. It is a home for a lot of people and a lot of families. Women and children live here, and men, who are husbands of female fighters. Everyone here is kind of working together in a kind of like a tight knit community. You pass a couple of floors that seem to have like very large arcing windows with solar collectors. You actually see farms on some of the floors going up as they're like sustaining themselves, growing their own food. You go up. Finally, you get up to floor 599, and it begins to slow. And he says, right, we are heading to 600. Here we are. Yes. And he looks up and he looks at the, kind of looks at the four of you. Seems like we have a bit of a problem. And he kind of like pulls the viewfinder over, and now that you have a better look, you can now see Imperial stormtroopers walking through the halls. The Ralltiiran tigers, the thugs are, they're kind of walking near them, but they're kind of giving them a berth. You even see a couple of stormtroopers like shoving them out of the way as they're just marching lockstep in line with their blasters. You even see some with light repeating blasters. Stormtroopers are checking frag grenades, checking their gear, kind of getting ready. And finally, like on the 600th floor, you begin to see like heavy patrols. You see stormtroopers kind of lining around, looking. They don't seem to take any notice of this. This elevator, again, it is hidden. But you do see like a few of them kind of wandering around and whatnot have you.
Well, this just got a lot more complicated.
It's very strange. I don't quite remember them being here. Don't know why they're here.
Do the Ralltiir Tigers have any dealings with Imperials usually?
Well, they don't tell me very much, but I have heard a few boasting in the cantina about a big score. At least a few of their lieutenants, higher-ups. They do seem, one in particular, he's quite a bit of bad news, I would say. His name is Ralltiir Ort. He seems to be, I think, the second in command of this organization. But he also likes to drink. When he drinks, well, he gets quite loud and shares a little bit too much. You were telling me about something they're planning with some young lady. This young lady is supposed to be very powerful about something. I don't know. Maybe she is a Jedi or something. Jedi.
I'm just going to give Varric a sort of knowing nod when he says that.
And when he says young lady, I'm going to glance over at Sailor, since that's what we're here for.
I'll nod back.
Well, anyway, apart from that, I would assume that the big score was really what this was all about. It's not uncommon for these Ralltiir Tigers to lie to me or tell me false stories.
Well, whichever way you slice it, those stormtroopers are in our way.
Very true. Now, I believe if we time it just right, we should be able to wait. Soon as the stormtroopers make their first way around, we should be able to open the door and you might be able to hide into one of the rooms or something.
How exactly are these doors handled by how like I know they make noise and all that, but how are they operated? Is it magnetic?
Oh, well, they're standard pressurized doors. Once you use a key card, most Ralltiir tigers have key cards. The higher ups seem to have very special ones, but they seem to open most of the doors of this place. They're not big on security. The Ralltiir tigers believe that the strong survives. If you are not strong enough to protect you and your own, then you don't deserve to live, or you don't deserve to be a Ralltiir tiger. That's why most of the doors don't have locks. At the same point, also allows some of the higher-ranking, more dangerous individuals to come in as they please.
If you saw one of these cards, would you know it?
Oh, I do believe I would.
I'll flip the one that was given to me.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, yes. This is one of those special key cards. They can get you into virtually almost any door. The highest levels, $11.99, $1,200. There's only one key card in the entire building, probably in the entire galaxy. One individual has that key, and that would be the leader of this organization. Now, but that key card should work if you wish to take a more stealthy, secretive way around these stormtroopers. Now, unfortunately, I will come with you, of course. However, I would prefer not to be in combat. I'm not as young as I look, you know.
And I'll look at Kajamal. This is compliments from your brother.
Well, he finally did something right. Glad to hear it.
Is there any way we can help sneak Magnus past these guards?
If he just stays close and stays behind us, we can move quick, get to the next room, like he said.
Let's give it a shot.
In the middle of us. We can ring him and put him in the middle of us, and just move quick.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Escort formation.
All right. Well, and he kind of pulls the viewfinder again. Right. Well, as soon as we open this door, there's a room right there. That's the door. If we go into there, I don't know what it is. It's usually just another suite. But if we can go through there, there's a good chance that we can maybe get to. We can wait and try and sneak in through another room. Some of these rooms are double rooms. They're joined, generally by a closet or a toilet or something. So if we need to, this could be one of those double rooms. We could walk through here, go in through another room, and then come out and either try and flank them or try and just run to the next elevator.
Magnus, would it help if we had a distraction leading them away from the area we're going towards?
Well, it's a very good good possibility, and essentially, this is a the design layout is like. Have you ever seen Chandrillan clover? It's a plant on Chandrilia.
Okay, and he's got my attention.
Right. Well, it's like 4 squares attached by one central cross corridor. We are going to be near the one of the squares in the leftmost corner area. We need to get to the upper rightmost corner area. If we can have a distraction, then this will help. We can try and get from room to room. I'm not entirely certain what the Tigers have actually done. There could have been more than one person occupying more than one suite, tear down a few walls, and suddenly they have a very large place to live. So that's a very good possibility. We are getting into some nicer areas, so of course the more established, more dangerous Tigers are living here. So, what shall we do?
Kojamal, do you think you could arrange for some suitably loud distraction down one of these corridors?
Well, I think if I get that frag back, I think we can use that.
I'll pass it over to you.
Okay.
You're probably
so
better with it than I am anyway.
So I'll holster the second heavy blaster pistol, keep the one in my right, and I've got the frag grenade. And I'm ready to arm it and toss it. So I'll look at Mercer and the others and say, ready when you guys are.
You take point.
All right, just a moment. Just a moment. And he's got his finger like he's staring at the view screen, and even you can kind of see it at, just at the corner of it. You know, you see the stormtrooper kind of walking, and then turning, and then walking away.
As he's got his finger ready to hit, I've also got mine ready to activate my sound dampener.
You got it.
Which mechanically gives anybody trying to detect us via sound 2 setback. Within
awesome.
You're pretty good at this concentration stuff, man.
Yeah.
So he goes, and now, and he hits the button. The doors kind of like open up somewhat silently, and doors open. What are you guys doing?
So I'm gonna. The frag was already armed, and I'm gonna toss it down the hallway, opposite direction of where we're going.
Right. So yeah, you toss it, you know, and it makes an audible, and especially against like marble flooring. Clink, 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 clink. And
before it even starts exploding, we'll start running in the direction we're going in.
Yeah, I was gonna say I pivot with my left foot out of the door.
Okay.
Can I use my stealth with my sleight of mind?
Yeah, I of course.
Okay. Basically, unless someone's immune to force powers, then it gives me bonuses to my stealth.
So
that's actually really good for ninja.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
So these guys will move first since I'm throwing the grenade, and then I'll follow.
Okay. So as it kind of skids to a stop, you know, you guys just make it to the door. Mercer, I'm assuming you grab the key card and bloop, it unlocks and opens up. You guys burst through. You just have time to shut the door as this muted. The door kind of like shakes or rattles into its frame as the explosion like just sends this concussive blast through the actual room. You guys run inside, and inside, you know, you kind of see what would have been a nice room at one point. You know, you see a bed that has been kind of like ruffled up. It clearly hasn't been made. The sheets have been washed, but I mean, they're just like tossed on. You know, you see like a busted, you see like kind of like some busted furniture and just from disrepair. You know, a lot of like just rundown stuff. Anything that was nice on the walls, like any paint or anything else like that, has just been either peeling or just coming apart just through like normal degradation. Haven't exactly had a maintenance crew in here. You know, you're just looking around. You see clothing tossed everywhere. You know, you see a mother and her child in the corner cowering. They're freaking out that two people just entered their place. You see the mother, like she's holding on to her child, and she's protecting her. She has a vibro knife in hand, and she's holding it out, kind of pointing it at you five, not making a sound.
That's perfect. What I'll do is I'll put my hand, my whole palm, instead of making one finger going like shh, pointing the whole thing, and we're basically moving, kind of like to give her some kind of sense that we're not for her. We're not here for whatever she is up to.
She doesn't say anything. She just actually, hang on a sec. There we go. She doesn't say anything. She just starts to move. Like she just follows you, like the five of you, as you guys trail in and move ahead. You see a door that when opened up, which I'm assuming is the only other door in here, opens up. You see it. It opens up to a mirror of the other of the same room that you guys just entered. As moving through, you see no one in here this time. But this time, actually, everything appears extremely neat. The bed is perfectly made, even folded up into hospital corners. There's like not a speck of dust anywhere. It is extremely, like, almost fastidiously clean. All the it's like someone comes in here every day and just like methodically cleans every last inch of this room. Even the paint looks good. Everything looks like this was cut out of the hotel as it used to have been and like placed into what the hotel looks like now.
I presume we just carry on trying to move through to get to the next elevator. There's nothing of particular interest in it. I'll be keeping, I've still got my rifle out. I'll be keeping half an eye on this woman who's following us as we go.
And I'll mumble once we're kind of passing through this, and I'll mumble military.
She's not following you. She's just like, she's basically following you with her arm. So in other words, if you're doing the whole, I'm just going to head over here, then blah, like you try and like kind of like surprise her or something. She's just following you because, her child is there and you have guns and she doesn't know you. So, it's kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
So when Mercer says military, Kojimal glances back at her, and from the way she's holding the knife, can we see that she's trained with it? Or does it look like just someone's holding like a kitchen knife kind of thing?
I meant the new room.
Okay.
Military, meaning.
No, like she's military wife or whatever. Or trained.
Not even her. I'm not. I don't even.
No. He means that whoever lives in this incredibly clean, almost inspection-ready room has to be in the military. Like, there's no freaking way that some thug lives here. Now the woman, you can tell she's holding the knife, but it looks like she's holding it in a way that it looks like she doesn't know what she's doing, but you can tell that that's a facade, and that if you ever like took 3 steps toward her, she would probably like slice you up and use your gizzards for garters pretty quickly before you even like think twice about it.
So I'll just nod back at Mercer.
Yeah, we'll keep heading towards the next lift, following Magnus's lead.
Yeah. Kojimal's covering the rear again with his heavy blaster pistol.
Okay, so as you guys make your way, you're now at the one door. Mute up, you. So as you get to the one door, it seems very quiet. Magnus kind of stops you for a moment. Wait a minute. And he kind of like very gently, you can see that he almost really knows how the doors work. Like these doors are like kind of like very like, there's a way he kind of fiddles with something, and instead of the door just as normal, he just seems to kind of like press what seems to be like a button or something, and it kind of like he's just able to pull the door ever so slightly, like it just slides very gently on gimbals, and he just kind of peeks one eye through, and then he just kind of like steps back. There are 4 stormtroopers, 2 at the one end of the corridor, 2 at the other end of the corridor. What we need to do is head left and then right, and then we'll be at the next elevator. I don't know how we are going to get past these 2 stormtroopers.
Are they walking? Are they in a route?
Magnus says, no, they appear to just be standing there at the hallway.
In which case, we kill them as quickly as possible and move on.
There's 2 more, but I don't know how many tigers are about. So it might be a running battle. If we're going to kill them, we better hurry up.
I'll look over at Varric and I'll be like, that might be your area of expertise, Varric.
I'll ask for assistance. Maybe one will come to you. And we'll pull them in.
Okay. Oh, I see. Well, that's not a terrible idea, I suppose. All right. Just give me one moment.
And he kind of like reconnects the door. And it kind of closes, and he opens it up. He begins to walk toward, like, you hear him kind of walking away. I'm not sure if you're going to keep the door open or if the door is going to close again. You hear him like speaking very loudly. Pardon me there, dear boys. Excuse me. There seems to be a problem with my room. And, you hear the, leave us be, sir. Go back to your rooms. We are monitoring this floor in case of any intrusion. Sir, the only intrusion here into my room is some shoddy workmanship. I demand that you come here and see to this problem. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, I'm going to make him roll a presence check. Yeah. You hear the stormtrooper sigh, even through his communicator. All right, come on. Let's just go see what this crazy old man wants. Roger that. And then you hear Team Alpha moving. And then so you hear him. Yes. It's you hear his voice seems muffled at first, but it's getting louder and louder as he's walking towards the door. Yes, it's right through here. I don't know what the problem is. I'm not a young man anymore. Please, sirs, if you'll just follow me. And you hear the as the door opens up. Where are you guys standing at this moment in time?
I'm going to try. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm going to be left of the door. Unless he wants left, then I go right. Doesn't matter. So basically, it's a quick grab and pull in.
I'll be out of the way of the door as well, off to one side.
Okay.
Yeah, likewise, I'll just be stood a little bit to the back, off to one side. So if they do fail to grab them, like myself and Coach, can like open up on them with the guns.
Yep.
All right, that sounds like a plan. So as you hear the door open up, Magnus just like walks in like he literally owns the place. Walks straight in. The two stormtroopers both walk in. They can't walk in abreast, so one walks in front of the other. So how do you guys want to do this? Who's grabbing who, basically?
Well, I think we've got Mercer on one side of the door and Varric on the other. So they're just going to like grab one of them each as they come in.
And Sailor and I are on standby.
Okay, but sorry, what I mean is, who's grabbing the one in front? Who's grabbing the one in back? Because they have to go in like one in one in front of the other. So who's grabbing who is that's what I'm asking.
It's your call, Varric. Which one do you want?
The second one, because basically what I'm going to try to do is with my left hand, grab him, pull him in as I bring my blade with my right hand against his back when I pull him in.
Okay. What we'll do is I want you to make me an athletics roll, basically to grapple onto this guy, and basically just grab him and then basically just slam him up against it. Mercer, you'll do the same. Both will be a difficulty of 2, just because of the fact that surprise, you guys were kind of seeing it coming.
Yeah, so I'll use that to have 3 successes and an advantage.
Yeah, so you each one of you, like, instinctively you realize, Varric, that you need to grab the one in back, so the one in front obviously doesn't notice. You grab him swiftly and silently, you pull the blade up, kind of roll it. It goes straight up to the throat. Mercer, you grab the one in, like, as soon as you see Varric grab the one behind, you grab the one in front, throw him up against the wall. You've got your forearm pinned up under his throat. What do you guys want to do after this, or do with this?
Well, my intent is to follow through with the strike. I'm not sure what Mercer's intended.
Yeah, it's to make him unconscious in any way.
Yeah, I don't think Varric wants to make him unconscious. Well, maybe permanently unconscious. I'm just going to throw that one out there.
Make him one with the universe, one with the force.
Of course. So, you know what? You don't even need to roll. You can just tell me how you finish him off, Varric. Mercer, in your case, are you just going to knock him out?
No, not me. I was just me unconscious. If it's kill him or he is unconscious, one way or the other, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha. Okay, so you hold him up and you just kind of like lean on him, and he just kind of like passes out, and he just kind of like his dead weight with his laminate armor, he just kind of slides off your forearm, just and collapses to the ground.
All right, and I'll make sure he doesn't have his helmet.
I'm sorry, you make sure
he doesn't have his helmet.
Oh, well, okay, so you're going to take his helmet off. Gotcha. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so you take it off, no problem. And Varric, you're just silently pulling the blade like straight out of his back as and you're wiping you wipe the blood off on him. And as the one stormtrooper just kind of like leans up against the wall and just kind of slides down, his legs kind of like bowing out as he kind of hits the ground. Well, you gentlemen are quite good at what you do.
That's why we're here.
Indeed, I'm very happy that I ran into you. To think
Your help has been very invaluable.
Well, we'll see what happens. We still have more floors to fight up.
Well, let's get moving then.
Looking at the stormtrooper that was knocked out, not the one that was stabbed. Does it look like his armor will fit on any of us? Like, does his body size match any of us, approximately?
I mean, he's relatively of average size. I wouldn't say it would fit perfectly. But if you took the armor, eventually when you get back to your big pretty ship, there's a very good chance that if there was like a workbench or something that you use to fix armor, a certain individual in your party could probably tailor it down to you.
Well, Goldswell will nudge the armor with his foot and say, "Do you think any of this could come in handy? A disguise, perhaps, would fit any of us?"
You think that it might fit you actually, Kojamal. Yeah, because Mercer's too big. Varric's a ninja, man. He's not going to lower himself and wear stormtrooper armor.
He's certainly not going to wear white.
Well, there's that too. And Celine, unfortunately, his facial, would kind of end up sticking out through the bottom of the mask or through the bottom of the helmet, and that would just kind of be a thing.
So I'll look to the others and say, "What do you think? Take it or leave it?"
I say leave it. We haven't got the time to strip a stormtrooper and get you dressed up in his armor. We need to get to the lifts.
All right, let's move then.
All right. Are you guys just going to start not making fun of John's beard? Come on now. John has a magnificent beard.
It's not my fault they don't build stormtrooper armor for people with massive tentacles like myself.
Yeah, that's very true. Yes. It's very, it's very Cthulhu-esque. So
we'll do the same marching order.
Okay. Now, so are you guys just gonna like make a beeline for the elevator now, or do you guys want to try and like hide it out, or what's the deal with that?
I think because he warned us that there's 2 more stormtroopers right on the opposite side of the hall where we need to go. I'm going to attempt to stealth a little bit ahead of the group and see if I can spot them and how far down the hall they are.
Well, they're in the opposite direction of where you're going, but they're the way like quite down, far down at the end of the hall. So they're like a good, again, a good like 500-600 feet down in this massive. This is a massive hotel. So they're quite far down, just kind of like walking, doing their own patrol of the building or of this floor.
Okay, so I'll move ahead and just get to the wall where the corner is, where the hall begins, and sit there while the others move through.
All right. In the rear again.
Okay. So as you guys move through, what I'd like you to do is for each one of you to make me a stealth check.
Oh, this will be good.
Indeed. It's going to be great.
Group stealth, huh?
Oh, actually, my stealth isn't too bad.
What's the difficulty, Mike?
Difficulty is going to be 3.
Ooh, something's listening for us.
Indeed. Well, there is one light side point.
Yeah.
Give me my roll. I won't worry about it, guys.
Sound dampener on?
Geez.
Or is that just defensive?
3 success, 1 threat.
It basically gives them 2 setback to hear any noise.
Yeah. So that's why I'm going to do a perception now, and because I like it. I like it when you don't think you're going to make it. You guys, everyone kind of freaks out, like, "Oh my God, we're all going to die." It's like, nah, maybe you won't die. Whoops.
Stormtroopers.
Wait, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Oh.
I apologize for that one because I probably should have added the difficulty in there. You don't have to be smart. There you go. Okay.
Nice. That's way better.
So, yeah, no kidding. So as you guys are moving through, you actually hear like footsteps. You hear like footsteps in a lot of the rooms, like clomping around, people making lots of noise. You can actually tell as you guys are moving down the hallway towards your destination, you can hear that there's like 2, 3, 4 people in all the different suites. In the distance, Varric, your incredibly keen perceptive sense, you can actually hear them marching away down into one of the corners of these squares, doing their slow turn around. And then coming back towards it. So I mean, they're definitely out of the picture as you guys keep moving. You keep moving your arcs and doing everything else. I need you guys to make me just one more stealth check, and then you guys will pretty much be at the elevator.
Same difficulty.
Same difficulty.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Look at that guy. Whoa, geez, you
2
kid.
success. 2 threat.
Okay.
Oh. Oops. Mercer's not very stealthy.
That's okay.
Yet I have one of the best agilities.
Well, apparently these guys aren't really focused on that sort of nonsense anyway, because you guys make it down, nobody notices a damn thing, and as you guys as Magnus kind of like runs a little bit ahead, his shoes kind of squeaking ever so slightly on the marble flooring. He's very excited. He comes in, he kind of grabs his wrist. He's like, "Oh, where is it? 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 Where is it?" And then he kind of swipes it. The hidden door kind of goes, and there's an elevator right there. Quick! Hurry!
So the others go in. Kojima goes in last.
Okay.
Just watching down the hallway.
Cool. As the doors close, Coach Ball, make me a perception check.
Brutal. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2.
Okay. 2 success.
Nice. Just as the doors close, you just see one of your frag grenades that you dropped because when you were trying to stealth laying right in the middle of the hallway as the doors, and then just as you begin going up. So you those two threats that you incurred during your time, that's what happened. You dropped a frag grenade, and not in the good way either.
It was armed?
No, it was not armed. It was
Yeah,
not
okay.
armed. It just kind of fell out. Amshak will be extremely displeased at the fact that you just dropped a fistful of yummy explosive goodness. And as you realize now that there's a very good chance that someone is definitely going to know that you're here. Definitely.
I don't mention that to anyone. I just keep that to myself.
Wow. Oh, you're a really smart.
That's not need to know. That's not need to know information. They don't need to know. Let's put it that way.
So as you are moving, you begin moving up. Suddenly, the elevator, like you're going. All of a sudden, the elevator stops. You see Magnus. Oh, hello.
Does this have a thing above us, opening?
It
Top of
does.
that hood?
It does.
So as soon as it stops, I'm going to try to push that up and leap to the top of the elevator.
Sure. Sure.
Magnus, open the camera.
Make me very quickly, Varric. Make me an athletics check. Magnus turns to you. Oh yes. He turns on the camera, and the camera's odd. Like at first, it kind of shows a halfway. It's like a halfway image in between one floor and another. It just kind of like it's kind of messed up. So you're trying to look at it, and it's like what the all of a sudden
between floors it looks like.
Yeah, but all of a sudden it winks out and it winks on, and you see what seems to be like an older gentleman in a imperial officer's uniform. He looks at the camera, or he kind of like taps on a camera, but it's not like it's a camera that's facing the floor. This camera's just facing directly in front. Hello. Hello, Havoc Squad. You probably don't know who I am. My name is none of your business. However, my designation is 74. I run the Unit 88 operation here on Ralltiir, and not very impressed about how you've come into our new friend's home unannounced and caused quite a bit of problems. You've already injured or killed several of his men and 2 of mine. No. We cannot have this. So, if you would be so kind as to stay into your hidden freight elevator, we will have some individuals to come around and pick you up and deal with you themselves. It's been an absolute pleasure, Havoc Squad. Best of luck, and, try not to die too slowly.
As he says, we're going to have some people sent around to come and pick you up. I'm just going to look at the others and go, well, he's going to send some more people for us to kill. That's what I heard him say.
Time to go. Let's get out of here.
As they're all getting happy about these new individuals, I'm going to literally lean back and then kind of look at the back of the neck of this person who's been helping us get up.
Nice.
All right, so first off, holy crap, it's been a long time since you guys were paranoid enough to do that. Jeez. You do, looking at the back of Magnus's neck, you don't see any protrusions or any signals or any implants, any bumps, or anything like that. You see no scar tissue or anything that would indicate that something has been put into his body that he doesn't know about.
Goljamal's gonna jump up after Varric, follow Varric.
Okay. And as you kind of heave on it, and it just finally like cracks open, you look up, you see 5 stormtroopers on 2 floors, like at least about a good 10, 20 feet above you, aiming down, and you begin to hear blaster fire. And that's where we're going to end the session for today.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to session 12 of Heart of the Empire. I am Mike. I've been the GM for this game, and with me, of course, is my 4 incredible players that I have had a blast playing with. Starting on my left, Kojamal, if you could just outro yourself and plug all your stuff.
Yeah, so as I said before, I'm Dev from the YouTube channel With the Dice, and it's great to be back with my fellow players. And Mike, of course, never disappoints. It's always great to be in this game with you guys, and looking forward to the next one.
And I am Gabe B. I want to thank everybody for watching. And if you're not a part of the Tides of Change role-playing club and you want to know more about the game itself, please look us up. I'm sure it'll be on the comments below for anything to do with that. And of course, it was stated earlier, the RPG Brigade. It's actually coming up quickly. We're almost into October, so look for more information there and anything else there.
Okay, and I've been John from Red Dice Diaries playing Celine Naval, the Quarren pilot. Just to echo what Gabe's just said, check out brigadecon.org for all the news about BrigadeCon coming up. It's not that long away now, as Gabe was saying. There's lots of people running games there. People can jump in and run games, or you can just jump in and play games or take part in the panels that are going on, the discussion things. There's also many and various competitions that are taking place. You just have to register to take part in them. And as Mike said earlier, it's for a very good cause. Great game as always. Can't wait for the next session.
This is Dennis. I played Varric, and I just want to say thanks to our GM and my fellow players. Another great session. Looking forward to the next one already.
Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, please check out the Tides of Change. Check out BrigadeCon. Check out all these guys' channels, man. What the Dice and Red Dice Diaries are great channels with great content. And I'm just waiting for Dennis and Gabe to come up with their own channels so we can plug those too, because they're probably going to be awesome. Just saying. Also, check out the Tabletop RPG One-Shot group. It's a phenomenal group. Over 5,000 people on that group. 5,000 people. And they're all playing tabletop games at some point. Let me rephrase that. Most of them are playing tabletop games at some point. They're not all just lurkers, but they're good group of people. Phenomenal group of people. So go in there, check it out, sign up, and start playing games today. So this is Mike, wishing you guys all a good evening, a fantastic rest of your weekend, and as always, please get inspired.